prison, getting tortured, or, or if one of our receptacles
whatever.
gets stolen or damaged or something.
Right.
Yeah, but it's that stuff.
Sounds
It's so
good.
heavy though. I have to leave the most of it in the portable hole.
Yeah, or in the vaults. Again, I think we should dump like
We dumped all the platinum, the pale gold in the Twilight Sanctuary, but I
I was
mean
thinking we should at least dump all of the bars into the vault.
those are the easiest to well, I guess those are the easiest to make big purchases, I guess. But yeah, I mean, I think putting it somewhere before we go up to up into that mountain might make sense.
Yeah, and
But
just on the off chance, like
yeah.
we need to buy a thing, like we even if we carry only 25% of our wealth, we are carrying enough to buy a castle.
Well, unless we come upon a magic item that we really want to buy that costs 30,000 gold, and we're not carrying that on us. But
Okay, that's you're absolutely correct. I just can't imagine we're going to find anyone who wants to sell a 30,000.
we have.
Also, you also have a,
And
what you call it. You have a pair of iron golems that you could bind to your service forever for the low price of 40,000 gold.
Yes.
Yeah.
We did have magic items made available to us in the the underground market, the black market in New Havasgard. That were, some of them were, I think, tens of thousands or something. I can't remember. They were way out of our league.
Oh, okay. I mean, I guess I can imagine that. It's just
yeah, because at that time we didn't have the.
I will say though, that was downtime. That wasn't like random. You did have to go looking for people that sold those.
That's true. Yeah, we had a couple party members spend a week looking for magic items, and then we had a small list of items based on the success of our searches. We had a small list of items that were, here's what we found, and here's the prices if we want to buy them.
I mean, we're pretty wealthy. We have a summer villa in the void. I mean, it's a thing.
I don't know if summer villa is the right word, but I feel like it's cold and stark here, I would expect.
Yeah.
All right, so a couple other things since we started doing those identifies.
We've got Zalafane also, FYI.
Oh, we do. Hello. Okay, Lou, if you want to get started, we can.
Sure. So, Zalafane, it's actually your turn to scribe, if you're okay with that.
Should be okay.
Alright.
There's a chance I'll be without limbs later, but it's possible.
Alright. Well, hopefully you will keep your limbs.
I might be occupied. But should be okay for most of the day.
Alright, let's see. Beryl, you were previous scribe, right?
Was that? My memory doesn't work, guys. I guess I was. I posted it.
Yeah, you wrote it.
That's why I don't remember, is because I usually don't post it until just before the new session.
Yeah, you actually posted pretty fast.
I think it's because I knew I was going to be busy this past weekend.
Wow, you're on top of your stuff. I'm impressed.
Alright, well...
I love how that implies that I'm normally not.
No, just that most people aren't. I'm not. The average person just is not that on top of their stuff.
No, I'm not.
That's true.
Yeah, Beryl, as previous scribe, do you want to give us a rundown of last time?
Yeah, the tribe was in combat for most of the session. We were against a Atropal and 4 Devourers. And yeah, so it was a pretty tough fight. I don't want to read through all this. It's quite a long journal, but Titus was getting hit pretty hard.
I'm not going to talk about the poor Trevor that we killed. Like, poor Trevor.
Oh, and that's funny. I posted, like, right at the end of the session, I posted, we killed a baby named Trevor, just like, so you guys.
Yeah, I saw the placeholder. I saw the placeholder. It was great. I loved it.
Well, I was just now noticing I never deleted it. It's still there. I just posted it.
Yeah.
All right, so I'll do a little more. Okay, so
the only thing of note was probably that Titus did die during the battle. Yeah. So that was pretty yeah.
So there was a Devourer 2 was going after Titus. Baby was all like bound by AK's bindings. but he was still shooting like cold stuff at Snarl. Vlad was throwing magic thunder around. Baby was swiping at Titus, and Titus fell unconscious. Devourer 3's pummeling Ensnarl until Beryl appeared, and then he just kept pummeling until Beryl fell down. And then Devourer 1 swallowed little Beryl. Sim's throwing Eldritch Blasts, and the baby finally falls. Xalophane uses a magic warp to take Beryl out of the rib cage and puts her up on a cliff with Sim and heals most of the tribe, which wakes up Beryl and Titus. But Devourer 2 is still standing over Titus, so he curb stomps him and lose words. Thardura and Vlad kind of face off on Devourer 4. Anna Kate finishes off number 2 with some arrows. And then she just immediately pivots and starts putting arrows into Devourer 1, trying to distract it from Titus. Vlad warps Titus's body to Beryl and starts like throwing lightning with his hands to zap the Devourer next to him, but then he like flinches in confusion as this like weird chromatic orb just appears out of nowhere next to him.
Yeah, there was some magic surges going on that fight. Vlad was Vlad was pushing his magic danger zone, channeling more than usual. Go ahead, sorry.
No, you're fine. 1 and 3 start climbing the platforms. 1 towards Anna Kate, number 3 towards Anna Kate, and number 1. I had to give them numbers. I couldn't keep track, guys.
Bill, Steve,
Sim and Titus,
Jimmy.
But I should have done it that way. Number 1, like, actually, though, could not climb. Like, he just kept, like, scrabbling against the stone wall. Maybe it was crumbly and falling apart in his face or something.
He had one of those days. Rolling
Vlad falls
twos.
to the floor after the Devourer 4 keeps smacking him and Thardura. Beryl pulls some diamonds out of her pouch and presses her hands to Titus's chest and chants the little revival ritual. And as soon as Titus gasps to consciousness, Beryl like starts running back towards the fray. Sim puts down the smelly aura on the climbing Devourers and then teleports over to help AK. Xalophane heals Vlad, wakes him up, and warps him to safety on a platform on the far side of the Devourers. And then Thardura keeps up against that Devourer 4. But I think Devourer 4 like jumps down and goes after AK, sending out like a pulse of necrotic energy over her and Sim. But Thardura manages a good slash against him, like across his back as he turns away. And then Beryl pulls out a sunbeam and blinds Devourer 4, and then Beryl shifts into an eagle form. EAGYL, of course, to soar above the ruckus. She's intending to rain sunbeams from above, but actually the rest of the group kind of mops things up. Sim unleashes force blasts on number 4, and then Zala teleports the blinded one over to the arena near the Atropos dais. And then Thardura swarps down towards number 1, but AK just ends it with arrows. I think Titus throws some javelins down to help finish it off, and Vlad with some force blasts. And then Vlad, having just woken up and pummeled that number 1 to finish it off with the force blast, still summons even more magical strength and throws 3 more blasts at number 3 and ends it as well, and that ends the encounter. So the tribe collects a soul crystal and some strange essence from the Atropos and does a bunch of healing. And AK finds a fancy quiver, and Sim finds an official-looking emblem. And we find some valuable art, a strong net, some pretty bracers, bluish chain armor, a strange wand, 4 potions labeled in pretty celestial script. And we decide to rest 1 hour, and then we return back through the portal to the main prison.
And that 1 hour was a long time.
Tanif is waiting for us on the other side, and he says the day is the 10th of summer, which is about 6 months and 2 seasons after the tribe left. We learn that Team of Ariel has escaped, killed some of Yali's angels, taken Raelis, but he didn't harm the other tribe friends in the sanctuary because apparently they didn't try to stand against the angel crowd, probably wisely. So Avariel and company are long gone now. The tribe hurries back to the sanctuary. After learning this, we find Celadine alive and well, but much bigger. She's an adolescent now. And we learned that Thala stayed for a long time and trained Celadine, but eventually the Midnight Pyre helped her get back to Gaian well paid. We began identifying the loot and preparing to rest to recover from the ordeal. And it is the 20th summer, 11:58, 10:50 a.m. And the MVP was Zella.
Right. Thank you for that recap. Just looking for some... I don't know if I made a sheet for Varial. I'll have to go back and do that, as he might be important now. So yeah, it is the 20th of summer at 10:50 a.m. And we rejoin our heroes in the Twilight Sanctuary.
Did we have a long rest?
Not yet.
Okay.
I don't believe so, no.
We were about to rest, but we were identifying things.
Yeah.
And I have a couple other things I just wanted to chat about real quick before we decide whether we need to spend any time on these. And we may not need to, but these are just things that are in the inventory.
Okay.
So we have a statuette of a sphinx from the Mummy Trove. It might just be an art object, but we never really examined it. We have a Moon Touch short sword +1, which the fact that I have it listed as a Moon Touch short sword +1 means we probably identified it. But then also in the notes, I have what did I have? I had something in the notes that made me question whether or not we thought there was additional properties we still need to learn or something. I don't know. So I had some note. Let me go find it. Why did I put this on the list here? We have the Torvor essence, which it required more examination. We couldn't figure out too much about it when we picked it up, and he said someone with arcane knowledge needed to study it. We have some mixed undead essences that we can't use for crafting, so someone with arcane knowledge, at some point, if we're going to be resting here for a few days because of all of our exhaustion, we might want to try and refine that. And then we have those 6 crates of dwarven supplies that are taking up a good amount of space in our portable hull. So I don't know if we want to look through those.
I think the crates we want to hold on to, because probably the most valuable thing. I think we opened one of them and it just had clothing, but we were told by the Hunters Guild that returning them to the fortress could win us some goodwill with the dwarves there, which seems probably more valuable than any other thing we could leverage that for.
And we're like, we're just a little late.
So it's probably just mundane supplies in the kind of quantity that is useful for a large fortress. So yeah. I think probably the dwarven supplies we want to leave alone and carry back to the fort.
Oh, one thing you didn't mention, which I believe, unless I'm getting my groups mixed up, you did recover a large shadow crystal from the creature, right?
Yeah,
yep.
we put that in our inventory. You said it wasn't leaking or anything, so we just we stored it away safely and didn't
like the one that you had found with the dragon. This one seemed like it was in really good shape.
Yeah, and we don't have that one anymore. We fed it to the Tyvern fed it to the Night Welder platform.
Before even my time, so.
It was like a couple sessions before your time, I think. It was pretty. Okay. Yeah.
Wait, which one was Tyvern?
It was Rayless. Rayless's player, Luke, after he.
Right, yeah.
Right after we opened to the Night Weather.
He was trying to feed it enough power to open the portal.
It was his and Nikolai's last session, and he knew it, and he took our big old crystal and just said, "Let me try this."
Fed it to the gate. Well, you didn't lose it. It's still in there. You just need more power if you try to open up the gate. That's what he had said.
Yeah. Who? Yeah, it's empty of power now, I think, is what I recall.
Yeah, he had fed it to the gate to try to get it enough power to open it, but that wasn't enough.
Oh, okay.
So it's stored in there. There's just no way of getting it back, unfortunately.
We'll use baby power. Trevor, go for it.
Yeah, maybe.
You could try,
I assume we're going to do some downtime, and I know we've got some exhaustion levels, so...
Right. Probably want at least 2 or 3 days of downtime to let all the exhaustion levels dissipate before we try anything aggressive.
Yep.
What we want to do.
Yeah. Vlad, could you change to your character portrait?
Yes, sorry. I must have forgotten to do that. My apologies.
That's So yeah, are you just trying to pass 3 days quietly in your fort here?
Well, we were planning on to rest up from exhaustion. We can still do downtime actions. It's
Mhm.
just time.
Yes, although if you do have exhaustion, I guess as long as you don't have to make a roll that day, you're okay.
So, for continuing to work on my project for research, do I need to go back to the Shadowfell? I can't remember. The library isn't here in the.
Yeah,
The
although
labs are here,
that's
the library is there. It's like a 10-minute walk. You can do it.
I'm not sure I can.
it's actually less
Yeah,
than
fair.
that. You just have to step through the portal. It's like a minute, because then you just go into the other keep and then go to the librry.
Oh, my
And,
speed is
and
halved.
the guards there are going to be surprised again because we've been gone for 6 months.
Yeah.
It's true. Whoa, where have you guys been?
Well, we did tell them to expect us less often now that I had a tuning fork attuned to the sanctuary.
You just disappear for 6 months. It's a
Yeah.
power move. All right.
We're powerful now.
Yeah. All right. So is that the plan to pass the 3 days then?
Sure.
All right. There shouldn't be,
So
unless I roll really weird, there shouldn't be any complications.
Uh-huh.
You guys are in a very safe place.
So I guess we need to figure out what we're doing for downtime for 3 days, if we can do anything for 3
Just
days.
remember that if you have exhaustion, just keep track of how many days you might have disadvantage on those rolls.
Oh, so
I
what's
think
his?
Titus is the only one with multiples, right?
No, I got 2 levels of
Oh,
exhaustion.
you've got 2 as well. Okay.
I think after you guys divvied out Greater Restorations, the max anyone has is 2.
That's true. We did. Everyone had 3 and 4. Sim and Beryl both did some greater restoration.
All right.
Diamonds
So
next time we're in town. Oh, we have components. I guess we can use
Yeah.
those.
Might only take a couple of days, I guess. Then 2 days. Let's just pass 2 days.
What was the name of the ranger in your group? Is that?
Sala? Oh,
Poor
sorry.
guy.
The ranger is Corvin.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
No, the one who you saved from the mummies.
Ufri.
Ufri. That was it.
Pretty.
I didn't know if you were talking about a PC or him.
No, I
They're
realized
both
you have
NPCs now,
multiple
kind of.
rangers. Where did I put Ufri? I thought he was in the background. I could just search for him. Ufri, where art thou? Oh, you are in the Twilight Edge Sanctuary. Why am I not seeing you? Am I blind?
Let's see.
Oh no, there he is. All right. So Ufri would tell you. We'll say he gives you a little update of some of the things you missed. He said that the ghosts are still imprisoned in the prison. The spirits who were
Wait, what? Oh.
judged poorly
They're just
by
not
the.
tortured there every day anymore. Like
Yeah, they're not being assailed by the angels who escaped. So it's at least been, quieter and less crazy for them. But they are still there. You
Maybe
guys?
we should finish checking that place out and getting the rest of the story in there. I
Oh,
don't know.
yeah, we should, but after we should go back and explore the area because now it is ours, and we should take ownership. But before we do that, I think we should probably rest because
Oh, yeah.
honestly, Anna Kate looks like shit right now, and so does Titus. No offense, Titus.
Hey!
Nobody was suggesting that we do that without resting.
Ufri will say,
You
go ahead.
all seem to get beat up a bit there.
Yeah. Zalafane, like I said, was doing air traffic control from up above, just poofing everyone around.
I think I got
Yeah.
hit by one frost thing, and that was it the whole fight.
I
Yeah.
want to know if Corvin is pissed off at us for letting Avariel just walk off.
So Corvin, you haven't seen much of him since you got out. But Ufri would say that Corvin had done a sweep of the prison, and he, along with some of Yali's people, found it to be secure now. So it should be safe for you to wander around. There's not much there besides the prisoners. It was
So he's already done the hard work. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, they kind of were looking for you after
Right, that
the
makes
angel like fought his way out. They had assumed you were dead because they thought like he betrayed you or something, but then they couldn't find you. And yeah, then the old man just started hanging out in the prison, so they just kind of forgot about that and went about their own business. And apparently, he knew you were there somehow. So yeah, yeah. So the prison should be safe, but yeah, we can pass some time because it doesn't hurt to get rid of exhaustion. So
And so it'll be 2 days. Can I make 2 scrolls? First level scrolls.
yeah, those aren't actually downtime. You can do that along. Or wait, no, they are. Sorry, I'm thinking of
Yeah.
They
scribing
are
spells. Yeah, sure. So if you have the time and resources, you can just make those.
I'll write them down. It's
assume,
Hold on a second, guys.
depending on the level of the spell, I think it's between like a day and like a couple of weeks.
yeah, first levels are a day, and it takes 25 gold worth of materials.
Really, that's
So-
cheaper than I thought.
Yeah, it's super cheap to make a scroll. Well, first level scroll. It exponentially increases in cost though.
Yeah. All right. So that's gonna be
Is it-
yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
That's going to be 2 days of your downtime. I mean, if you, for things like a day, you probably don't have to make a project. But if you have a project that's like 5 days, then you can put progress towards that, or you can, make a new project. But does anyone need a new project, or would 3 days finish up a current project?
I need a new one.
Okay.
I have a potion of greater healing that I began. I've got 3 days invested and 2 to go, and it was paid on the 1st of winter. So, would I have to make a roll, or could I use my downtime even while I'm exhausted to continue that?
No, you could. That doesn't require a roll to.
Okay.
Crafting most of the time doesn't. So you could put 2 of your 3 days towards that because they would have just been left in the lab over this time.
Okay. Then yeah, I would have done 2 of my 3 days towards that, and then the 3rd day, do I have to make a roll to refine raw components?
No, and actually, refining isn't a downtime activity. It can be done in an hour, and I think you can do up to 1,000. You can attempt to refine up to 1,000 in an hour.
Okay. So we have 285 rare gold worth of rare, or majo worth of rare mushrooms in a sack.
That is a roll though to refine into
That is a roll.
components.
So I'll do that on the 3rd day,
Okay.
so that Barrel's not exhausted. Yeah.
All right, and I think Zala, you said you needed a project. Do you have any idea what you want to do?
Going back, I think the attribute essence, we don't know what it does, right?
Yeah, so it has a different type of energy than other essences. Like it wouldn't even be measured in Maho, so you're not exactly sure what it is right now.
Perhaps I'll research the nature and uses of that essence.
Okay. So you could certainly look into lore for that. So that would be, I guess you'd be using the other library, same as usual, like 50 gold for the int roll, and you could do up to an extra 300 for +6.
How much?
I'll take that from the pail.
Okay.
So how much are you spending? 350?
Yeah, I'll do 350. We've got plenty of pail.
All right, so you'll hire some research assistants. All right, so you start that project. Go ahead and add it to the project lists, and yeah, you should be good to put time towards that. So yeah, 3 days would pass. You can.
No, actually,
yeah.
Sorry, Sim isn't going anywhere and doesn't have anything else to do. But if Titus still wants, Sim will start teaching Titus Elvish finally.
Oh, look at that. Do you want
Well,
And
to?
I could finally put some more days to this.
So I guess start a project to teach Titus Elvish.
How many days does it need? I forget.
It
I
is.
have 2 days out of 11 weeks. that's
It's
that's
like-
how far I've gotten so far.
Wait,
An
11
insanely
weeks?
long time blending
Yeah,
in.
I have a -1.
Oh, I don't. So I don't think that actually adds on. I think it just maxes at 10. But
Oh, you told me that on last time. I'll gladly take
here,
a
let me
week
double, because I remember someone looking into that and being like, "Oh no, it just maxes at 10." I might be crazy though, so let me double check that.
I mean, it does make sense if someone who's below average intelligence would take a little longer to learn something.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
I'm
it takes
just-
at least 10 weeks. Yeah. Huh. Yeah, 10 weeks.
Anyway,
Yeah, it doesn't mention like having a negative intelligence. So
Well, I know it takes like it minuses 1 week per bonus
actually,
intelligence.
it specifically says an intelligence penalty does not increase the time needed.
Okay, so that's what I'm remembering. Okay, so it is.
Yeah.
It would be 10 weeks then.
Which is really weird because you'd think Orgthug the barbarian would be someone who would have a hard time learning.
Don't you shame Ogthug.
He doesn't have a learning disability.
It's hard
he's
enough
just
for
never
him.
been taught.
He's,
Alright?
he's got
This is
street
totally
smarts.
true. It's totally true. Yeah.
He just hasn't had the opportunity. So, do you have a project for that already?
I just in my notes to keep track of it, I had 3 days. I literally written down 3 days towards learning Elvish out of 10 weeks, or I had 11 weeks. Now I just changed it to 10.
how
So-
long is a week? How long is a
5
week on this guy's calendar? Okay,
5 days is a work
so
week.
50 days. So
So you want to put that in
You know what
downtime
we've done?
activities.
I
You
don't
are
know where
literally a
that
tenth
is.
of the way finished.
You don't have the link to the party sheet?
it's alright. I
Research
put one in for Sim doing teaching. So if he already had 3, and I'm spending what, 2 more, 3 more, 3
Well,
more, I guess.
if you go to the main chat, I think it's in the pins. Yeah, so if you look at the pins in main chat, one of them is the Google Doc for the tribe information. You just click on that.
Group info party inventory will also send you that.
Yeah.
Just because it is way better than trying to use the stupid Roll20
Yeah.
things.
Wait, so it's in the main chat?
Yeah, in Discord, the main chat under the pins. I think the top one is the.
I didn't even know that was a thing. I had no idea what that pin thing meant at all. I've never once clicked it before.
Well, now you know.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Well,
cool.
You can.
I put
Everyone's doing Werven training, and all that can change now. Excellent.
Yeah.
Uh,
What were you
So
saying,
should I-
Sim?
Oh, I just put the teaching Titus Elvis project in there with 6 days of 5 or of 50.
Okay, so yeah, you're that's
and
3
and we
days
can
towards
basically
that.
only put a day towards it when we're both available. But you know,
Yes, unless he has someone to teach him, then he can pay for tutelage.
Yep.
But yeah, that would be both of your downtime projects, you teaching
Yep.
and him learning.
Should I
Alright.
remove all of the Wyvern training from
yeah, it
the
seems
page, or do we need to continue any other kind of training for the Wyvern?
Did I give you a total on how much should be invested in that?
We did
No.
not.
All right.
We invested 9 days total between 4 people before we went into the portal, and then we paid Thala for 6 months of training.
So just keep the total training in there, so I know how much.
Can I put down that Thala did all 6 months?
Yeah, she did.
Okay, all right.
No. Vala's still a baby, so measured in days.
Thala is the
That was a
the
trainer. Yeah.
Saladin is the
I'm sorry.
yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah,
Alright.
so you can put that in there.
Well, 6 months would be like
Uh,
35-day work weeks, right?
6 months. Oh, geez, I don't think I even have months in my
they're
time
5-day
measuring.
They're 5-day work weeks, so I'll just say
Yeah, so each month would be
Okay.
20 days.
Oh, 20 days each. Okay.
Because it's about 4 weeks, we'll say.
Yeah.
So all right, so I'll put down 128 days total that Thala trained.
All right, that works. The wyvern is very well behaved. It didn't even try to impale you when you ran in there.
Yay!
It just said, "Mommy." Not really, but. All right. So, any other
Or, I'm
questions?
sorry.
Go
I'm
ahead.
sorry.
Yeah.
It was 8 winter that Thala started, not 8 days. So it's 121 days that she.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. I was changing the wrong number.
So for these 3 days, do we need to make any rolls, or can you all just? Are you all good?
no, I'm good.
All right. I think Beryl mentioned. Beryl, you did mention converting something, right?
Yeah, I have 285.
You gonna try to convert them all?
Let me find it. Yeah, I'll try and convert them all. 285. Where is it?
So you use the yeah,
Rare mushrooms in a sack.
and you're trying to make these into nature components.
Uh-huh.
So give me either herbalism or what's the thing? It's your herbalism kit or
Nature.
knowledge nature. Yeah.
So I'm gonna do herbalism then. I think that's
It would
better
be
for
very
me.
sad if these are shiitake mushrooms that you're turning into potions.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
Oh,
I
jeez.
guess I
Here we
did
go.
not give you a chance to see.
You gotta convert them, and Vlad just stole them all. He made like a mushroom souffle or something.
Would Vlad have taken any?
No, I was just
I won't be-
joking.
I won't be mad if you want them.
No.
We don't have any cooking rules, so all right,
Yeah.
15.
Oh, that's a nice roll.
And what did you say you were converting? How much?
285.
Okay, so that would be calculator. So you would get 214 maho in components.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Now, if that's the only roll, does this place have a food total? I forget.
It
We've
was
been having
stocked-
Corvin and Ufri and the Midnight Pyre supply us through the keep, so I don't actually know
You
what they've been
charged us
doing.
the upkeep for the whole time.
All right. Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's right. Yeah. Just do your upkeeps for the 3 days. Just whatever.
Okay.
I think I said it was like wealthy. You had to live at least.
That's 10, right?
No, 10 is aristocratic. Wealthy is 4. Yeah.
Okay.
So
all
4
right.
each.
I'll take it.
We
from the
only
pale
do
gold.
aristocratic when we are in a good city, because aristocratic requires a lot of servants. A lot of
Oh
servants.
my god.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right.
I'll do the upkeep from the pale coin.
So it is the 23rd of summer at 9 a.m. You've all got your stuff done. What do you want to do?
Alright, are we going to go save the dwarves, or are we done with that? Like, it's been a while. They probably are either saved or dead at this point. I'm just saying.
Well, what dwarves are you saying that we were going to save?
The dwarves that are under threat from the giants in the northwest. We were dealing with
the
them before
fort
the
that
Astrophil.
well, it was their supply trains and stuff that had been attacked. We don't know for sure if the fort was under threat.
Yeah, I mean, the main
Yeah,
reason for that journey was to get to Dazoric and look into a route to the tower, right? And that's what you guys were looking for?
Yeah.
Indeed. We had suspected that the dwarves might be able to give us more information than the humans in the area, so perhaps we had been considering ingratiating ourselves with the dwarves, which would likely have meant addressing the giants. I do not know if that is necessary at this point.
Yeah, it has been a bit, so whatever the giants were up to may have resolved already.
Although, to be sure, if we are to... It may be easy to extract information from a desperate settlement that has suffered and survived brutal giant attack as well. So, depending on how it
yes.
was resolved, if what
I
we
mean-
wanted information, we may still have be able to do this, but I don't know.
Well, we were going to jump like planar shift straight to the fort, but now I'm concerned that if we showed up there, we would be planar shifting into a bunch of giants, and I don't like giants.
Indeed, if they did
God
not
made
survive
Fine,
whatever
but
the giants had
is
planned,
very
then
scary. So,
that could be dangerous. So yes, we should pick a different destination, perhaps, even if we are intending to look at the fortress. But I am prepared to take us anywhere we wish to go.
What if we
Does-
went back to Char to check on people since we've been gone so long, or back to Isaac to see if John is done with the research and crafting we left him with?
How pressing is this tower issue?
The tower, I mean,
depends on how
presumably
much-
the ancient Runemaster's tower has been standing unmolested or undiscovered for centuries, millennia, I don't know.
The only rush is to find knowledge before Shadow Lords become too powerful again.
Indeed, and we do not know actually what they are doing.
Yeah,
We wish to go to the tower to get information on how to reseal the lords.
Indeed, that is the intention.
I see.
That was the initial goal, because the Rune Masters had originally sealed away Gaivok long ago, before he was released somehow.
I would love to see what these room masters were doing, but whatever you guys want.
Yes, if we wish to continue that, one of the reasons why we were going to go to the Dwarven Fort was not necessarily to save the dwarves, which is a worthy goal, but because the dwarves we might find a dwarf who could give us ideas on how to get through the Dwarven fortress that leads to the underground area to the tower.
Yes.
Just for information, indeed.
We could teleport close to the fort and see who holds it.
I am happy to attempt this, but remember, my plane shift is not the most precise spell when we are going to a destination I have not been before. I can carry us there, but there is some uncertainty.
There was one thing that I was wanting to ask
baby
about.
god.
Someone was mentioning something about Spy's Murmur or something.
We had asked
Yes.
Chiron to research a formula and to produce some magical items for us, and we left him
Yeah.
with the resources to do so. If he has
Yeah,
managed to
he's
do so in this time, they will be finished. I do not know how well he will have managed, but
Right.
So how often can you do the planar shift to do the thing so we can go to him and then go to the fort? Can you do that in
I
like a
can
day?
shift precisely once every day.
Okay, so we could go pick up the murmur. We'd have to stay somewhere and then wait and then shift again.
Beryl
Indeed.
could take if Sim take us one place on Char, Beryl can take Tribe someplace else on Char if Tribe has been there already. So Beryl can go to Char or to Isik or to Tyvanis or to Daybreak, but Beryl can't go to the fort. Only Sim can take Tribe to fort.
Indeed. So
Oh,
perhaps
okay.
fastest thing is to attempt to plane shift somewhere near the fort with trees
And then
and allow Beryl
Yeah.
to take us to Isik and back, which would be faster.
okay, that
But
makes
Beryl
sense.
can
That
only
makes
do
sense.
once per day too.
Ah.
Well,
Beryl
once
has
we get
scroll.
close to the
Beryl
fort,
has
we
scroll,
go
but
to
Tribe should save. Yeah.
Indeed.
that's
Uh,
fine. We go to fort. We go
But
to
still,
pick
it
up
is
the
faster.
spy murmurs. We spend the night attuning to our spy murmurs. We then go back to fort via your thing, and then boom, bang, bang, we save the dwarves. So
Very well. So shall I simply take us to Isik first?
Okay.
no,
Anybody
the
not
fort. Take to the fort.
Well, remember, there is some chance that if we arrive at an inopportune location around fort, we will not have chance to go to Isik.
I'd say roll the dice on this one. It is fine.
No, Beryl
you know,
agreed. Beryl agreed.
I've
Tribe
never
going in
all the
Beryl-
teleportation ever.
every time Tribe go to new place, Tribe find unexpected delays. So if Tribe want to see if Chiron finished crafting, Tribe should go there first and then go to unknown place.
Okay.
Ultimately, it still leaves us 2 days, regardless of how we do it, before we reach fort.
That is
So-
true. That is true.
In fact, Sim could go to Isik, Beryl could go to Char, then next day Sim could go to Fort. Tribe could go 3 places in 2 days.
Oh, splitting the party.
No, all together though.
Oh, I see.
Beryl takes
'Cause you could
party
do
from
your,
Isik to Char. Yes.
You're moving through plants.
Yes.
Yes.
Got it.
You know what? You guys are like way more like together than me when it comes to the teleportation transport thing. So you got a plan. So yes.
Titus's
Tribe wanted to
eyes have
try
just
and-
rolled into the back of his head at this point.
Beryl just meant if Tribe wanted to hit more places in one day, since have to wait a day anyway.
I think I just have my helmet on. And you just hear snoring out from under it.
As it's on fire.
All right. Hey, one more quick
Look on the
question.
bright side too. We just stumbled upon a maybe half dead god and beat that. So what's worse that could happen?
Exactly.
Giants.
One
I
more-
do not like giants. I did not.
Zalapane, I do not know if you are aware, but at least Yali and perhaps some others we have encountered believe this collection of miscreants to be, what is the phrase, Zatian. So what is the worst that could happen is a question with a perhaps limitless answer.
So, guys, a couple quick things. Does anyone not have a potion of healing?
No,
Beryl
we
just
went over this
completed
last session. We're all good.
Okay, all right. I'll just put this one in the inventory then. And then you guys wanted me to dump more of the gold here, the Cheruvian gold. How much do you guys want to leave?
Wait, to repeat? Oh.
75% of it.
75%. Okay.
I'm fine with all of it because we're always
No,
going to go
we-
through there anyways. Like,
Well, we put some in each of the bag of holdings, and I think we should still leave some in the hole. But yeah, they. How about?
I don't care how much you guys choose.
Okay.
which
All right.
always
Fine.
goes to the fort anyways. If-
All right. I'm gonna dump some Lou in our treasure room,
Great.
in the
All right.
secret room here.
Yeah. However much you wish to leave is fine.
And I forgot to mention it, but I would have changed back into the etherealness armor.
Right.
No, you mentioned it. I remember.
Okay. Do I have to? Do you want me to mention it every time, or in like?
No,
days
you.
downtime
The only
can I-
time you have to mention it is if there's like a reason, like if we're in the middle of an adventure and you
Yeah,
need,
we'll take
because
a short rest or something. And
yeah, like if we're in downtime, you guys can just adjust your stuff. You don't have to give me the details as long as you're doing it legally. But like, say you're in a dungeon and want to switch your attunements on a short rest, that's when you'd mention it.
all right, cool.
Yeah. And even then, it can just be in passing. Like, I don't need too much detail. But okay, so Beryl takes some time to move some of the stuff. And when I say vault, this place isn't... I don't think it has an actual vault. You kind of have the secret room and
Yeah.
the supply room. Either of those could
Look,
act
this
as a
room down
storage room.
here. I thought this room had a really thick door over here.
Oh, it had a pretty solid lock, yeah.
This is
That,
where we
yeah,
this is where we
so-
found most
Yeah.
of the pale gold.
All the doors in here are pretty solid. But yeah, this is a supply room, and this is a supply room. The secret door probably is the best place to keep it, just because if your fort was invaded, they wouldn't necessarily know that
That's
was
also
there.
where we
Yeah.
the pale gold, so it was safe
Well,
there
oh,
for a
yeah.
very
We'll
long
start
time.
calling that room the vault. It's fine. We'll use that as our vault.
Secret vault. Okay.
Secret doors.
All right.
Security through obscurity.
All right. So, and did we come to a consensus on where we're teleporting?
Yeah, we're
First.
gonna plane shift to Ithic. Go talk to Kyron to see if he's made us some fancy new toys.
All right. Now I have to remember what was going on in Issac.
Not really. We're gonna ignore everyone. Oh, I guess you have to decide if something's gonna interrupt us.
Yeah, exactly.
We're just busting down Kyron's door and peacing out.
Where's our stuff? Do you?
But
Oh
you
yeah.
might have news for us. We could
Yeah,
spend, 20
that's-
minutes
That's
late
what
to
I'm
give us an
thinking, because
update.
things have been happening in Issac.
I'm sure.
Now, are you
Right, we-
teleporting
I
to
think I'll
a?
use the Therian-
Uh,
the Therian gold as well, since it's not spendable most.
that's fine. Are you
Well-
going to a teleportation circle or just within
Yeah,
the
we're
area?
going to the circle because plane shift is really too imprecise without a circle most of the time.
All right,
So
and
if I have a
which?
circle, I'm going to use it. I believe we had one a pretty short walk from Kyron's library. Which one's it called? Let me take a look at that.
I know of only one teleportation circle in Issac.
Yeah, I didn't remember where it was. I thought it was.
Oh yeah, it's.
It was.
I have it listed as the
Follow him,
Fountain
please.
Tunnel Circle in Dynama's
Yeah,
complex.
It is in Dinara's. Okay,
Yeah.
that's what I thought. Unless you had found a different one.
Okay, yeah, that's not that far from Kyron. Whatever.
No. So hang on, let me refresh myself.
Oh right, we used what's his name, Malistre's influence to try to get more help from Tyvanis up to Issac with the Mind Flayers, and then just pieced out for 6 months.
Yeah. So you had put.
So
So just to make sure I have this right, the soft spires were who you put in power, right?
yes,
Yeah,
Okay.
Asmira were too militant.
Yeah, the Izmira were made kind of political enemies by
mean,
that
it-
decision.
Talked with the chick a couple times, and kind of or have a tenuous understanding with her. I think it was just the dude that was kind of all gruff with us.
I mean Bakor's important.
Well, yeah,
so-
Bakor, you kind of, I don't want to say you betrayed him, but you definitely
Oh, no, definitely not.
kind of
we never
pushed
had-
him away.
It's okay. I'm working on mending those bridges.
Yeah.
What all my carousing was for, but we're not there yet.
All right, so you would poof into the teleportation circle, which strangely enough is not guarded. Probably because they have not. No one's
Was it
been
inside
using it.
her shadowy
Oh.
space.
Yeah, no, it was in the area. Let me see if I
okay.
can get a map for you,
I didn't remember.
because
where
I
it
haven't
was.
used the Issac maps
I
in a
remember
while.
this conversation before, actually. Yes.
Yeah. Well, because I know Dinara's got like that super secret shadow chamber that she can kind of keep people in or out of if she wants to, just like Chiron can keep people out of his, even though it works a bit differently.
Yeah, although she now has an actual body, so she doesn't really
But she
use
can
the
still
shadow
come and
chamber.
go, or no?
She can, but she doesn't usually want to go there.
Oh, does that mean she can go and see Chiron?
Yes,
Oh, that's nice.
she probably has gone to see him by
I
now.
like to think that they have talked a lot since. Yeah.
Are you shipping that relationship?
No.
No,
Oh
no,
my
it's
god.
not like that. They,
I think-
Chiron,
No,
They've
she,
been friends
served-
forever.
yeah, they're
Chiron
friends.
served her family.
Just
and
friends.
saved her.
Don't make it weird.
Probably like a daughter to him.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, this is where the teleportation circle was. We don't have to have you move around.
Yeah.
Do you want to go see what's going on with, or are you just going to Chiron?
You can just let Chiron tell us what he's heard,
Yeah.
especially if,
If,
it's
if there's
to
anything
chat
we
with.
have to know, Chiron will tell us, right?
Well,
I mean,
and don't
like,
forget,
You
don't forget
assume.
that Chiron's
Anything really
connected-
big. Yeah.
Yeah, and don't forget that Chiron's connected to the Hollow now, and Lyra's jumping around, and you know, so
Hey,
he'll have news that way as well, maybe.
Yeah.
quick
If there's
question: did we pick up? I don't remember. Ah, fuck! I forgot to write this down. Did we pick up the romance novels while we were out? Something
Oh.
for him to read.
I don't know.
I mean,
I kind of
I-
remember you talking about
you
that.
Said, you said you were looking for them while we were in the capital. I don't remember if we resolved
Yeah,
it.
I don't
Yeah,
remember if you
I don't
dedicated
remember writing
the
it
time
down.
to get it.
Yeah, I don't know if
I'm
you
such
had put
I'm
some
such a
time
big
towards
dummy.
it. You forgot his romance novels.
Oh
Wah,
my
wah.
god! I'm a horrible person.
Sorry, Chiron. Although he will take any book donations. They don't have to be. I don't know if you have any other books you found. But all right, so you travel underground. The guards let you past, of course, to the underneath of the keep, which is the tunnels. No, where is it? Is it Issakeep
We
basement?
have the book with the arcane grimoire recipe. Or wait, did Val take that with him?
I think Val took that with him.
Okay, all right, let me get that out of the inventory. Sorry, I was just looking to see if there's anything we picked up that we could gift to Chiron.
I'll stole it.
I feel so bad.
I did
So,
not.
I know. I
Val
could
did
give
not
him-
steal the arcane grimoire recipe. He stole the intelligence
the-
manual.
Tome of Clear Thought.
Stealing.
Oh, that's right.
Clear Thought.
But it was used anyway, or at least for like 50 years or something. But he'll still be alive, so he'll be obedient.
Oh,
Stealing's
he won't even. He won't even be middle aged yet.
Such a
Right.
strong word.
Actually, so I also have. So Beryl could give him the arcane grimoire recipe or the Eldritch.
No,
Tattoo.
no, no. Val does have the arcane grimoire recipe.
Oh, he does. Okay,
Sorry,
all
this
right,
is
okay.
an older game. I didn't label these maps as
Let me
well.
delete that then.
Yeah,
Where
he is
was
making,
the?
He's making an arcane grimoire.
Okay.
Been
In
here.
fact, he's probably already finished it by now. Seeing how it's 6 months.
We got a recipe for a belt of hill giant strength, but we might want to use that.
Been to this
Beryl
area
got-
recently. Why
Beryl
is
got
this-
the recipe for the Eldritch Claw tattoo +1 just after she got an Eldritch Claw tattoo.
Yeah, which I thought
Without
was
having to
awesome.
make it, so we could give him that. Unless
Yeah.
Anna Kate thinks she'd ever want it. It's attunement though.
What is it?
The Eldritch Claw tattoo. Like it would help Anna Kate, but I don't know that it's the most powerful thing.
Punch at a
to use her
distance.
attunement spot for.
Yeah, she's better with a bow than she'd probably be with that
Well,
tattoo.
your bonus action.
Well,
you
no,
could,
it makes
distance it.
your melee attack 15-foot range for a minute once a
Oh my
day.
goodness. Did I just totally lose this map? Why am I having so much problem finding this?
We've been there before, I know.
I know
I think
you
you
have.
have it.
You've been here somewhat recently too.
Oh, but you said
Yeah.
it was under a weird thing. What did you say? It was like some kind of weird subfolder? No, I don't remember.
No, there are no folders in here, which is the problem. Their map
Yeah,
thing is terrible.
you were like, you had a hard time finding it last time because it was weird.
God. Well, anyway, we can theater of the mind it while I look for it. So if you go to the library, I assume would have finished your project if he had enough time. What were you having him make?
It's all on the downtime projects tab.
Right.
left
We asked him to
him-
research a recipe for the Spy's Murmur, and then we asked him to make a bunch of them and left him with the resources for it.
All right.
he-
So as long as he had the
didn't have
time,
complications. We
No.
have 4 of
As
them.
long as he had the time, he would have completed them. So he would give those over to you.
Nice. The only
Cool.
problem is their attunement.
How
That's
many
okay.
of them?
I'm taking
4.
one.
Okay,
Got
I
an
have,
attunement slot.
I have figured out which one I'm going to unattune for that one. So,
What is it? I'm sorry, I was lost in thought there for a second.
Spy's Murmur. It is a way to communicate rapidly
Oh, what? Oh,
amongst us.
description doesn't show up. Oh, there it is. Here you go.
So
how do I
that's
show it to everyone?
2. We've got 2 that are claimed.
I don't know if you can show it to everyone.
Ah, well, okay.
I mean,
you can
I
look
don't
it up
really
in the
feel like
journal. It
it's me,
lets
but
you.
I have
It gives
an
you
open slot.
telepathy with a 1 range mile or a 1 mile range.
Yeah, so you can kind of
like,
just
I'm not leaving
instantly
the party
talk.
side most of the time. so, so I don't know if I need it, but I do have an open slot.
Look, one of the other meta aspects of it is that during combat you can kind of keep a running monologue about what you're going to be doing with everyone else.
Right.
So
it's good for
everyone
tactical
will know what you're
coordination
about
if
to
you want to
do.
like jump someone without being like get him and losing surprise or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, or like I'm
So
going to jump on him right after your fireball goes off is a legitimate thing.
Well, it'll be good for me to let you guys know I really want to stab a guy without me saying it out loud.
Right,
I want to stab that guy.
works too.
Oftentimes, I find myself fighting the urge to yell, "I want to stab this man."
Uh-huh.
You
As
could
you guys
keep
are
it.
having
You
conversations
can
with
keep
him.
it internally.
I mean, Anna, Kate, and Beryl could carry one, but I don't think we're gonna attune to it. We'd have it just in case the party got separated and for an extended period of time. We could put it on then, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah,
Actually,
someone
it
should- someone
depends
should
on
carry him,
for
sure.
you. I don't know. Can you shapeshift with a Spy's Murmur?
I would have absorbed it into me, or let's see, what does it
So
look like?
if you absorb it, you can't
Oh,
use
it's
it.
a headpiece. It's a headpiece. Okay.
If you
So
had
that's a
something,
DM call. Yeah.
so you'd have to. Is it like a crown or something?
It says headpiece. So
So-
some DMs say that magic items resize error, but other DMs say no, it doesn't work.
So
So-
generally,
And head.
yeah, I would say if you're something of the same size category that has a head, you could probably just have it on your head.
So by same size category, you
Medium.
mean medium? Because
Yeah.
they're normally small.
Oh, huh.
Well, I mean, you could probably make an argument for like one size jump, but if you're going to like small to large, then it's probably not going to be able to grow that much.
But if these fit everyone else in the party that's medium, then can Beryl wear it as a small then?
Yeah, you can. Like I said, if it can
Like
accommodate
handle
one
as
size jump.
Okay.
So
Okay.
it would be medium,
then
so it could go
large.
to small or large.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
I mean,
Just
again,
not
I would just be
huge.
carrying it as backup unless someone else has an open attunement slot and feels they would use it more.
All right, I give up. I don't know where this freaking thing went. This is crazy.
Well, I was thinking one of the things that we could do is the
Did
ones
I-
who do a lot of area effect stuff should probably might want to ponder getting one of these on. So
So,
not a
how
bad
many
idea.
do we have in people? I don't. Like, I want to make sure we get these recorded.
I believe we have 4, right?
So right.
That's what you
so
said.
Sim, you added one to your inventory.
Yep,
Glad
I've
you
got
added one
one.
to yours. Do you think
Okay.
Zala, did you say if you wanted one?
You move a lot.
I'll
You should
take one.
probably take one.
Okay, yeah, you take
Yeah,
one.
if you've
And
already
then
used
Anna,
both.
Kate, or Titus, do you think you would use this more than Beryl? If so, take the 4th one.
I
Sure.
think whoever's
It's
going to be the
attunement,
sneaky
so-
person.
Yeah, and just remember it is attunement. That's the only kind of downside.
Yeah, that's just it. Is Beryl doesn't want to.
The only
Would
reason
you
I
have
would
an-
take it is because
do
I have
either of you have an
slots, but I'm
open
not really
slot
gonna
that
use
you
it.
would be willing to give up?
Beryl
Yeah.
could give up. Well, she's attuned to Princess Drigda, so she could give that up. Never talks to me anyway. But and and also Beryl never uses her Staff of Withering, so she could give that up. Oh wait, I'm not counting the. Oh, I have the Eldritch Claw tattoo anyway. I'm not attuned to the Staff of Withering anymore anyway.
Oh, well, there you go.
I'm just gonna grab this map from another game. So give me a moment, but you guys can keep going. Sorry.
I just
So,
remembered him.
I
that
guess-
talking doll.
I guess I could drop, since Beryl is the sneakiest and she may do some stealth missions, I could drop Princess Drigda's attunement and do the Spy's Murmur instead.
What the heck is Princess Drigda?
It is a ring.
It's her
of-
side quest she really
it's
wants
a-
to do.
It's a ring of protection against location and detect. Or no, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That's a different one. That was one of the keys. One of the Night Weather Vault keys. It's a ring of mind shielding that
right.
already contains a soul when we found
Mhm.
it.
Got it. Cool,
And
cool,
that soul is a dwarven princess who was killed by the blast in the Char Cathedral 100 years ago when Malik tried to do to Char what he had done to Isik, but the priest in the cathedral stopped him and trapped him there. But everyone that was at a wedding at the cathedral that day died. Drigda was one of them. So Beryl has vowed to take the ring with Drigda in it back to the dwarves in the north to try and get it back to her
I've been
family.
working on that sort of already. So you may
Yeah,
not
well,
want to
no, it's the
when you give
dwarves
them to-
further
when we-
north, past the mountains, is where the,
Oh.
the current dwarf
Oh.
empire is. But yes, we're moving in that direction.
We're getting closer. It's fine. This is fine.
Although I
You
guess
don't
we
want
could
to get
we
attuned
could
to it anyway when you
actually-
hand it to the dwarves.
Well,
is good.
we are visiting some of the dwarves of that empire if we go to Fort Grimdor. So yeah.
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 There you go.
Okay. Cool. Yeah. But when Beryl first got it, it talked to her. But a few times after that, when Beryl tried to ask it questions, like when we found things that were dwarven, she would be like, "Drigda, do you know anything about this?" Or like, "Drigda, can you translate this?" And she never answered Beryl again. So
Oh,
I think maybe Drigda's a racist and she figured out you were a kobold.
Did you try talking in Dwarvish?
It's
Beryl
racist.
doesn't speak Dwarvish.
Oh, well, there's the problem. Though I have a question. I will now have a necklace of adaptation. Does anyone want that, or should I carry it with me?
A necklace of what?
Adaptation.
Is that where you change your form as needed?
No. This one
It's,
just lets you breathe in
breathable.
shitty environments.
Okay.
What do you mean breathing?
Kind of situational, so maybe hang on to it in order to.
Super
succeed.
situational unless you happen to have lived any place that was full of like toxic shit, and then it becomes like a way cool thing to have, and just personal experience. So if anyone wants to use it, I totally am cool with that. But if you don't, I'll just wear it. Not attuned to it.
You hang on to it in case you
Yeah.
get shifted somewhere where you need it again.
Thank you. That would be super handy. So,
All
We
right.
teleport a lot, Vlad. Don't forget, at any point, you could just pop up somewhere we aren't.
you have no idea how much my life is built around that.
I'm
So
assuming Kyron doesn't have any like, oh my god, the city's on fire level news to deliver immediately.
so here, I got the map finally. Yay. So Chiron is in the lab.
He's in the lab. Oh, that's right. He was able to expand or something, wasn't he?
Oh, I
Okay.
forgot how freaky that guy looks.
Yes. He is a lich. Well, no, he's a what's it called? A
Bone horror.
bone claw, yeah. So
Bone horror is very fitting.
yeah, he
It's not
would
his fault. It's not his fault. It's Malik's fault.
exactly. So he would, of course, welcome you and tell you he had worried that you had something bad happen to you as you had been gone for so long. But
Bad per se. Just Trevor, the baby god, was very upset with us. So
so you're gonna tell him about what happened.
sure.
All right. So you spend some time talking to him. He's fascinated by your journeys as usual. He says, "I would have liked to have seen this creation of the Shadow Lords. Wonder if any studying of it could have been done. Did you happen to retain any of its essence?"
Ooh.
Oddly enough, Sim.
I'm not carrying it, but its essence
Beryl will
was...
pull it out.
Oh, Beryl has it?
Powerful.
I thought
Oh,
Zalaphane has it because he was researching it.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
maybe
recorded
that-
it in the Barrel's bag, but yeah, we can say whomever carried it. Carried
Maybe it's just in the party treasury right now. So if you produce it, he would say, "May I see that?"
Well, Zalafane has been studying it, so if he has no objection, then I suppose it is fine.
So he kind of wiggles his huge claw, and it floats over as he uses Mage Hand, examining it up close. He says, "Ah, yes, this is heavy with the power of the Shadow Lords. It's the same essence I had sensed on many of their creations. Have you been able to find out anything about it yet?"
Not yet. I'm working on it.
Nods. He says, "Well, if you need some help researching it, my library is at your disposal. I would be happy to help in the research of what this essence is. Perhaps we can figure out how we can use it against them."
Oh, actually, there is one other thing. What? Do you ever heard of a thing like a giant crystal you find in beings? Like a
Oh, he knows all
Core.
about the soul crystals. Tribe has shown Chiron
But
all
we
of
found
his
one
other.
in
yeah.
Torvor Trevor. Also, is that a normal thing?
He says, "Like the one you had obtained from the dragon, large like that."
Yes.
He says, "It is definitely a more powerful version of a soul crystal, but other than that, it should function the same, in that it can power the ancient artifacts of the Night Wither."
And it is still made from other people's deaths.
He
Like-
says,
like-
"I don't."
Death
Go
of
ahead.
Torvor, or
Well, I guess Beryl was curious if it was made by Trevor's death, original death before Trevor became undead thing, or if it was made from other deaths.
More likely, well, I don't know how the Shadow Lords create the large ones, but my guess is that they used it when they were trying to create this entity as part of the creation ritual.
So had already created soul crystal from other deaths first.
Yes. I wonder what they were trying to accomplish. That is quite a bit of power they would be using for the whatever experiment they were doing.
Indeed, it seems to have been what rudimentary mind it possessed that was preserved in undeath seemed to have been left totally ignorant of its purpose, but also driven to discover what its creators intended and to obey that desire. So there is little information to be had, I believe. They intended it to be obedient and powerful, and to actively desire to further their aims. But what those aims are
This is
is unclear, at least from the entity as it was.
Well, if history has told us anything, these creations, Butcher, this Trevor, or Torvor, sorry, not Trevor, Torvor, they all seem to go mad and become a danger. So it's probably good you put this creature down.
Indeed, I am largely of the same mind.
He says, well, I assume you are busy, so I won't
It
keep
was-
you, but you're welcome to stay, obviously.
It was trapped for Tribe doesn't know how long before Tribe found it by agents of Raven Queen. So it had been removed from Shadow Lord's power for a long time, but Tribe had unsealed door and had to kill.
Yes, I see. Well, I'm just glad you were successful.
Indeed.
As-
think,
Go ahead.
I think perhaps, despite our somewhat urgency, I would be glad to take you up on your offer of staying here. The library is not so uncomfortable, and since we have to spend another day anyway, it might be good to let Zalafane make use of your library.
He laughs. He says, only mercenaries and adventurers would find these old crypts comfortable.
I did not say that. I said it is not so uncomfortable. That is very
Ah.
different.
Tribe has spent night in
No,
worse
no, no,
places.
It just needs a little work. This is a little work. A little cantrip here, a little cantrip there. It can be very nice. Let us see what I can do here. So,
Oh, Beryl has this. She would give Chiron. Tribe doesn't have any books. Beryl is sorry, but Beryl brought Chiron, scroll with knowledge, and I'll give you the scroll with the recipe for making an Eldritch Claw tattoo +1.
All right. He says,
Because we can always come back here and reference anything that's in this library.
do you wish me to create this item for you?
Oh no, Beryl has this. Beryl thought Chiron would like this knowledge to add to the library here.
Yes. Recipes I am happy to keep for you. Do you have access to the void wherever you are? Because if you do, it would allow you to access my information.
The void?
Or sorry, the hollow, not the void.
Oh. Sometimes Tribe has access to Hollow. Depends on if Tribe is in Char or in Alcavian Labs.
I don't know
Really
if we
those are
could
the
get
only
the hollow to work while in the void. That would be interesting, but
I do know
Sam,
if
maybe
these
Tribe
sorts of
should
those
collect
things.
other Hollow Point while Tribe is here for day.
That's
I
his,
believe it will take more than 1 day to retrieve, given how we have secured that vault.
Chiron thinks, he says, would a hollow point work across worlds? I'm not even sure. Might be something to look into.
In any case, my intention, at least, or preference, would be to use the last remaining mobile hollow point as a bargaining chip to perhaps re-ingratiate ourselves with the House Azmira, so that they might be ready to lend aid should Isik come under threat again. And I do believe it will.
The humans squabble, fighting for their political power and money. I'm embarrassed that I was once a part of all of that.
Does Chiron think that with study and practice, maybe could find way to make a once mobile hollow point that has been set up, make it mobile again? Because Tribe set up one of the mobile hollow points outside Nightweather Vault and later regretted. So maybe Tribe should, if can be collected and reused elsewhere, Tribe should collect that one.
It would be difficult. Once they are attached, breaking that could damage the point's ability to be reconnected. It might be easier to try to figure out how to build a new hollow point, although such information would be lost to any but those of the tower.
Well, we are headed to the tower, so...
We will try to find all the knowledge.
Says, oh, wait, did you tell him you were seeking out the...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so
okay.
we're looking for it, yeah.
Oh, okay. So he says, yeah, well, if you have not found it yet, then you might be able to get that information there. Perhaps we can rebuild the network.
That would be of immense use, and certainly, if Tribe possess the ability to do this, then it should be easy to get squabbling human empires to fall into line.
Easy. Good luck with that. Says the families of the Teruvian Empire, nothing changes. He says, even when I was, like I said, 100 years ago, a part of it, it's just the same thing, different players. I worry that the unrest between the Azmira and the Softspire could lead to some infighting within the city. There's already some bad blood between, what's her name? Name of lady...
Dinara Demi-Pride.
Dinara. No, there's already some bad blood between Dinara and the Azmira. There's been some disagreements over territories in the keep.
Well,
Any word? Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I'm hoping to curtail some of this, but as you say, politics takes perhaps precious time, more than we have to spend. But I have plans.
Any word or sighting of... Oh, go ahead.
He would say, I wouldn't worry too much about it. These things do tend to figure themselves out. I doubt the families would put New Isik in danger through political squabbling. It's just annoying to deal with. I more worry about the fate of the undead, as they are less thought of as citizens and more just a nuisance.
Is any word on Elodie or Army of Ghouls?
No, Elodie has gone dark. I do not know where or what she plans to do, which worries me. She disappeared shortly after all of you did. I think I told you this already, though, right?
Yeah.
I was just wondering if there were any new updates. Is all. So,
There's
yeah.
no.
Yeah.
There have been no one has looked into what happened to her as well, at least not that I know of. Perhaps the Phoenix Guild has, but if they have, I have not been a part of that.
Hmm.
She's not
Okay.
Issik's problem for the time being, anyway. All right, so what do you all want to do?
Actually, Tribe found another recipe. Beryl will dig it out. When Beryl gave Chiron first recipe, Chiron immediately asked if Beryl wanted it made. This makes Beryl wonder, and she's gonna pull out the recipe for the Hill Giant Strength belt, and be like, "Could Chiron make this? Maybe Titus could use." Is that something Titus would want?
What is that uncommon or rare?
I think the Hill Giant one is rare. Let me look here.
Yeah, it
So-
sounds right to
Depends
me.
on how much strength it gives you.
I don't think it would get you much.
Oh, does it? Okay. Then maybe you don't need it. Yeah. I just know some of those belts are really useful. Let me look at what that one is.
It's
If it only,
21
I'm at
strength.
18, so if it brings me to if it's the one that
It
brings
takes you
at
to
19,
21.
Oh,
It takes
that
you
would
to
be useful.
21.
So it'd
But
give
it's an attunement slot though.
it would increase your
That is
bonus
rare, though.
by 1
rare.
for attacks and save or attacks and damage by 1.
I'm all for it. But, I mean, it's not the most powerful thing in the world, but I would definitely love it.
And yeah, as she said, it is attunement as well.
I have an open
Chiron
slot.
made?
Well, if you have the material, Chiron has offered to work on another magical item for you if you can give him the materials.
In fact,
Ooh.
Tribe has Hill Giant essence and
Right? I was just thinking about that.
And-
Funny enough, I don't think Hill Giant Essence is strong enough to do a Hill Giant belt.
Hilarious.
If I remember the rarities, I can check
Sorry.
that. Let's
No,
see.
that's fair.
That's hilarious. But yeah.
You need a really strong Hill Giant, none of these rando Hill
Yeah,
Giants.
The Hill Giants.
need a concentrated Hill Giant.
CR5.
Yeah.
You're right. They're wimpy.
Yeah. Their belt is really cool, but they themselves are kind of wimps.
But they really punch above their weight. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
All right, let me
So
see.
casting a rare item, let me look here, is 9 to 12 CR.
Yeah.
So, and how much would we need?
You would need.
2,000.
Let's see. What's the price of the item?
The price?
Yeah, in Maho to craft a rare. What is that?
It says 2,000 in Xanathars for a rare.
2,000, 10 weeks.
And
So it would take, I believe it's 20%. So it would be 400 Maho of a rare level 9 to 12.
of CR 9 to 12. So let me look and see. Let's leave that task with. It's going to take.
Oh
a
wait,
while.
sorry. I think it is 10%, so 200 Maho worth.
Only 200? Oh wow. Okay.
In essence,
All
yeah.
All right. So then 200 Maho of something CR 9 to 12. I will find that in our inventory and subtract it. And shall we leave Chiron with task to make Titus new belt?
if you wouldn't mind, this would be amazing for us. I mean,
Yeah.
if you're not busy,
Amazing.
I can't wish to impose upon you.
Yes.
It's
Belts are
very
highly useful.
very kind offer. Yes.
He says, I have some things I work on, but nothing is too pressing. And I have all the time in the world, assuming that I am not persecuted by the humans. Which I don't think I will be. They seem to have mostly left me alone. Alright, so... Here, let me double check if it's 10 or 20% in my rules, because this doesn't come up as often.
Yeah, I expected it to be a lot more expensive than that, but that's lovely if it's not.
Let's see.
So that's 100 days, right? 10
What's
work weeks. So
crafting?
that's the big investment right there. Yeah.
Wait, 10 work weeks? That's
Oh no, it's not 100
50.
days. That's yeah,
50 days.
yeah, 50. Yeah, sorry. Okay.
Just need to hit another time skip, and then we're good.
Right.
You get stuck in the prison again. Just go back in. Take a little nap in there. Where's crafting essence? Components. Is that not listed here? Might not have. I should if it's not here.
And I'm deleting the line.
All right. Let's say 20%. So let's say the 400 because that makes more sense.
Okay. All right, so I'll dig through the inventory and find the Majo, the appropriate CR, and subtract that.
Yeah.
Let's say we leave.
And
that
so you need that Majo. You need the 2,000 of either components or gold pieces. Yeah, and he can use that to craft it. Do you have the components you need as well?
I have to go dig through the CRs, but I'm sure we'll have enough of the components. And then the 2,000 gold. Thank goodness I didn't leave all the bars behind.
Yeah, he says arcane components would be preferable, but I can use gold to trade with the humans for some of the magical stuff I
Do
need.
they have to be refined components or raw?
Well, components are refined. Non-refined
Okay,
components are
I would
essence.
rather keep those. Tribe uses the refined components much for spells.
All right.
Festival.
So he nods. He says, "Why not leave me 2,500 just to be sure?"
That's almost all of the arcane components we have. That only.
No, for the gold. I mean,
gold.
Right.
because if he's
Extra
gonna,
gold because
yeah.
he might not
'Cause-
be able to get one for one buying it.
yeah, if he's buying it, yeah, exactly. Because he would have to trade for the components from the Empire people. So he says, yeah, 2,500 gold to be safe then, and I shall trade for what I need, as well as the essence is the more difficult thing to obtain. So if you have the 400 Maho of essence, yeah. So yeah,
So 25 gold bars.
yeah, and 400 of the essence, and you can
Alright.
start that project.
Minus 25. What's this at?
Just note,
Stoked about his new powerlifting belt
19.
on the way.
yeah, does
And that's
weightlifting.
400 CR 9 to 12. How about fire giants are CR 9, so we're gonna take 180 from them. And I'm gonna keep that vial because I expect to be seeing some more fire giants. CR 9 is Treants, so I'm gonna take 80 from them. That's 260.
Okay. So you just need 140.
40 more. I'm just looking at the challenge rates. Maybe I should sort by this column. Here we go. All right. Those are the only CR9s. So let's go up to CR10. We have Twilight Diva, another 40.
Okay.
And then
So what is
That
that,
leaves-
300?
120. Oh, that's 120 left, I think, right? Or is it 100
No.
left?
Yeah, 100 left.
Yeah, I think
Okay.
it's
All right,
100 left.
We have Midnight Idol. That's CR11. Is everyone okay with that?
Yeah, that's fine.
All
Yeah.
right, we have 110 of that, so I'll spend the 100, and we have 10 left.
All right, so he takes the various essences on the table. He says, "These are powerful. You have been busy."
Baby gods, it happens.
You leave him a small pile of gold bars. He looks like he's rich now. He just has all his gold. He says, "All right, I shall work on this project."
But we're taking the Trevor essence with us to continue examining it, right? He just was taking a look at
Yes,
it.
yeah.
Okay, good.
He just took a look at that.
Actually, we have one more day of downtime in the library.
Unless we wanted to visit Char today, but that's, yeah.
Oh, that's true.
What do you want to do?
just leave.
Because Beryl could get us to the outside the walls of Char immediately if we wanted to. But we could also get embroiled in something there. I don't know.
Well, I mean, Xanathane could research the Trevor here. So
I still have 2 more days if we want to.
He also doesn't have his lab assistants here, though. Yeah.
That's true.
Is
Char, we
Lyra
could hire
around?
lab assistants, but yes.
Is Lyra around? We could act as lab assistants. I don't know.
Lyra.
Won't get the roll, so I can probably do one here and then finish it there.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, you probably can just, unless you're going to do the last few days, you probably can just wait till you go back.
It's not pressing though in time though.
No.
We'll set that other time in the fort, so
Yeah.
we could just go. I just want to stay in this fabulous place.
Well, just make sure you note the day that Chiron starts the project.
Yeah, I was just looking at. I put everything in the downtime activities tab except the presumptive end date. I'm gonna go figure out how that looks.
If it's 10 weeks, I think that would be 50 days.
Right, but what does that look like from 23rd of summer based on your calendar?
83rd
Would be
or 73rd?
Yeah. Months
Okay,
or
73rd,
seasons
yeah,
are long,
yeah.
so yeah.
Yeah, I was just my first thought was whether it went to another season. So
No.
Alright.
you're right. It should still be the same season, barely 83rd summer presumptive. Okay.
All right, so yeah, what do you want to do? Where are you going?
Sam doesn't really want to do anything till we get back to the northwest. So
Yeah, Chiron would say there is nothing pressing here. Politics are annoying, but I don't think there's any danger of the city falling apart. Though,
Want in Char?
go ahead.
What do we want in Char?
It would just be to check in, buy anything we want to stock up on, collect any. I don't know. Yeah, there's no particular reason. I just thought if we're killing a day and we wanted to do something with it there instantly, that's all.
Yeah, I think you have a bunch of gold and resources there. But
We could check in on Shock or Melody or Illyra if she's in town. There's no priority to go to Char. It was just a thought if we were gonna spend a day doing nothing.
No, I would much rather talk to our companion here and maybe peruse the library. If he does not object, I can take one of these benches and make a lovely meal, and we can make this a little event.
Let us pass downtime day here then.
yeah, Titus, you're learning some more Elvish.
all right, Titus, get out your textbook.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go over the consonants today.
Conjunction, junction.
There we go.
It takes me a little bit to get focused because I'm giddy about the belt.
Yeah, now you're thinking about the belt.
Yeah.
In 50 days, we have to come back and see Chiron.
Yeah, I'm gonna be
So-
counting the days.
Something to look forward to. Yes.
I'm scratching little marks in my armor now to count the days.
Chiron is just he's just gonna keep the belt for weightlifting.
We'll come back and he's like,
He's
well,
swole.
I decided to make 2, and I'm keeping the first one.
Yeah, swole Ron.
Not saying that Titus shouldn't wear it, but we can also make a swole barrel or anything. I mean,
Sw-
there's a lot of options here.
swole
Oh my
roll.
God,
Set something
so
That's
funny.
true.
Barrel-
There's a lot of animal
Barrel
forms that can
went-
wear a belt.
Guys,
Yeah,
if
that's
Daryl
true.
went from 6 strength to 21
She,
strength, what the
she's
hell?
just like juicing. She's like, it's time for some pain. Let's do sit-ups. Whew. Like, oh my
I'm
God,
just saying,
man.
Options.
depending on how the belt is designed, a cat can wear a belt.
Yeah.
Just saying.
She's
How
like,
do you strike the punch things?
I was just asking,
Yeah.
ask Chiron to attach some suspenders to it, like so it's like a harness instead of a belt, so she can.
just
wear it.
thinking of Barrel's like stronger than Titus. That's hilarious. It's like picks him up and throws him. Get in line, weakling. What the?
Swole. I mean, there's like many options.
Steals
Yeah.
his helmet. I'm the Dark Lord now. All right, enough of this silliness. So we're spending a day here. I mean, if you, like I said, you can't really gain the bonus if you were researching here because you have a lab assistance.
We don't know. Well, what if it's not the last day? Will I lose all that?
Yeah, I don't think you should lose it. This is kind of a gray
I will
area.
volunteer to
Uh,
act like a lab assistant.
you know what?
Just to assist him.
I'll just say you can do a day here. It's fine. I
Chiron
won't.
assisted
I
him,
won't
I guess.
peanut. Well, no, Chiron's working on your swole belt.
What if we have him start that tomorrow? Tool belt.
I don't think Titus
No,
would
I mean,
like
a
that.
lab assistant is someone
I
who
don't
just helps you organize and like pull books and do stuff like that, right? Like,
I can-
could I
Yeah.
volunteer? To
Well, no,
not
no.
do a downtime
I
and
already
just do that?
said it's fine. He can. I'll just say a day is fine. He'll just put a day without a penalty. So he puts a day towards that here. Does everyone else have things they can work on here?
Yeah, I'll start
Yep.
another potion. I'll only be able to put 1 day towards it, but I'll start.
Okay. Oh yeah, actually, I guess Anna Kate can use the library to keep working on her sneak attack stuff.
Yeah, I'll put another day to that.
Okay.
Ooh.
All right. So a day passes in Issyk. Luckily, down in the labs, like Chiron said, you're pretty sheltered from the goings on up above. I will say though, towards the end of the day, as you are doing your stuff, a familiar face would come to visit. Just pull
the
them
face or
apart.
it's just body?
It's just the face. It's really creepy.
Oh no!
What happened? So Dinara would enter. Of course, Chiron is happy to see her as usual. She would say, I had heard you move through my realm. I wanted to see if everything was going well.
That is an interesting question, but it is going well enough. We have lost some time that we could probably afford to spend, but I wish we had spent it differently.
She says, I don't suppose Reed is with you.
No, last I heard he is still in the Feywild, although knowing him, he could be anywhere by now.
I was just curious. Well, yeah, so she would hang out a little and speak with you all, just to kind of get caught up on what was going on. I assume you'd kind of tell her about your journeys and everything.
Sure.
Okay. Alright, so other than that, or go ahead.
Is Queen Dinara a fleshy, food-eating person?
She is a warforged. So
Never mind.
if the group
She was
talks,
originally human. but-
yeah. So if the group talks about her, she was a spirit who was trapped within a kind of like a sanctuary area, but they figured out how to give her a warforged body, so she was able to leave there.
Like
And-
the Issyk like devastation ritual that Malik did here destroyed her original body, but her soul was like trapped in a room that was like a safe room Chiron made for her.
Yeah.
And then after we made friends with her and the Warforged, they like know some ancient like rune forging, soul forging technology, and were able to put her soul into a body so she could leave her safe room.
Yeah, and she still leads the sword wraiths, which were the protective element of Issyk. So, all right. So yeah, other than that, nothing too much happens. The day would pass, so it is now the 24th of summer. You can go ahead and do your day to your projects. I think you would have to eat food here because there's no place to buy it. So you would have to spend a day's worth of rations each, unless someone can, do that.
I'm on it.
All right. So you all eat. But it is now the 24th of summer at 9 a.m. What do you want to do today?
All right. Sim.
Plane shift.
Where are you going?
Well, I want to end up outside of the fort. What's the fort? The Dwarven fort we wanted to look at?
Grimdor.
Grimdor. Yeah.
Fort
Outskirts.
Grimdor. All right.
Not in the fort. I would like the plane shift to put us down, an hour or two outside it if it can. But
Sala?
Can you? Yeah.
Just to confirm, did you put the fourth Spice Murmur in your inventory?
Yes.
Perfect.
All right.
Able
So
to it now.
Yes. Find a free spot.
it's all attuned. Plane shift. Oh wait. Where does it say how far away from something you end up?
It says, let's see. You specify a target destination in general terms, and you appear in or near that destination.
Is there a roll listed for the variance of that?
There sure isn't.
Okay. I'll roll for
But it's like
it.
a D9, and then like that's your grid.
All right.
Something like that.
I'll just roll for it. I'll say higher is better. What is that? All right. So that is actually a good distance away.
Cool.
Not roll well on that.
But is it above or below? That's the biggest question.
I'll let you roll actually for this sim since it's your spell. D100.
Oh,
Wanna
fun.
roll high. Oh,
That's pretty high.
way better than
There
I
you go.
rolled.
You're in the courtyard.
No, we don't want to be in the fort.
Alright, so
Specifically aiming to be outside.
you were aiming outside, and actually you appear pretty close. So
Okay.
you would appear on a mountainous road, kind of overlooking a bunch of other mountains. You would see far in the distance, maybe like a mile away, the fort, a bunch of smoke coming from it, probably from campfires, not because it's under attack. But yeah, you're pretty close to it. I assume you're
Perfect.
going to travel
Like,
to it.
in view of the walls.
Yeah, you're about a mile away. So
Oh.
Are we?
Alright,
Are we? sub-
good.
Are we? Are we
Good
above
job,
the tree
Sim.
line?
You didn't get us into you didn't teleport us into a rock, and we can even see the place. Good job.
Is it cold up here?
oh yeah, it's friggin' freezing.
Beryl pulls out her cube of
Even in,
her thermal cube.
Even in the summer, there's like snow all over the place, and yeah, it's really frosty.
Beryl pulls out her thermal cube and like grasps it in both her little hands against her chest and like stays warm.
All right.
Are we?
And I think it's like a 15-foot radius, so.
Did you have your wyvern with you? I didn't even ask.
Oh yeah, definitely. Sorry.
All right,
Oh
so
shit! We got
there-
a big ass word for this.
it's a juvenile. It's
Like,
still
yeah.
I'll say it's medium size, but yeah,
It
it's pretty
can't
big.
ride on my shoulder anymore, but it's still yeah.
Yeah.
Are we? Are we above the tree line here, or are there still like evergreens and stuff on the mountains?
You're on an open path. There's no trees near you. You definitely see trees on the mountains in various places, but yeah, they're kind of above
Okay.
or below you where you are.
Oh, okay.
I would want to
will,
pass near
um,
enough to one to let Beryl make friends with some
Yes.
before we go say hi to the fort. So we'll have to
So
go out of our way a little
you
bit.
actually do see there is a couple of trees near the fort, not next to it, but in the area. That might be a place to go.
So are they like, how close to the walls are they?
Right. We don't want anything that's gonna get cut down.
They are probably. Oh yeah, that might be a risk. I'd say they're within
Yeah, I
50
don't want
feet.
to like
Yeah.
alarm the people inside if I'm like approaching their walls, not
Yeah.
at,
I'm
not
just
approaching
saying,
the gate, you know?
If it's not
Alright.
like a tremendous detour, I would make a detour to pass by some trees out here on the way in. So that-
Yeah,
a
you
little
could
further
you
out
could
there.
find a tree in the area that's
Right.
probably not going to get cut down. So go ahead
All
and
right.
put
Put an icon.
put a tree there
I will put it down.
as
On
you
that emoji.
as you approach the fort. Beryl does a little climb up to a spot where there's some trees that hopefully will not
And
get cut
she-
down.
She makes friends with Tree. She tells Tree how
Right.
pretty and majestic it is.
The wyvern screeches a little.
The wyvern is not Romty. Don't.
I said a little, not a lot.
I would like to think the wyvern screeches more pleasantly.
Sure.
It's still
Rompty
a
ever did.
wyvern. I mean,
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
true. But you didn't know Romty.
Wyverns aren't like huskies. They don't have songs they sing. They more just like scare the crap out of everything when they yell.
So over here
Alright.
near where the party is, I will put
Well-
down a tree. There is my tree. You can put the tree on there. Yeah.
Titus, I do not think we are sneaking up on this, so walk in front. If things went well with the giants, then we are about to offer them gifts from your portable hole, and if things went poorly, you will be in front when we walk to the giants. Yes?
Perfect.
Did you mean
Yeah,
to
it's
move
very
the
dangerous.
tree
You
into
go
the middle of the
first.
fort?
Yeah, well, I mean that's a day's journey. It's just in that area. It's not in the
Oh, okay.
fort. I just can't make the icons any smaller. So you are approaching the fort, yes?
Yep.
yes.
All right. So as you get closer, I do actually have a map of this fort.
Even better.
I guess you'd be coming in from the south side.
Sure
Big
sounds
boy.
right.
So a couple of dwarves up on the walls, which are about a good 25, 30 feet up. These are pretty high walls. Would yell down, "Who goes there?"
We are called the tribe. We come bearing, I suppose, gifts, but more like return of stolen property.
He says, "Are you?"
Not stolen by us.
Anikate wants to make sure that's clearly understood.
I've
Don't do
already been
that.
falsely accused once.
He yells down, "Are you mercenaries of some kind? I don't recognize your name."
Oh,
Indeed, we are mercenaries. Active much further south, though, so not surprising you have not heard.
So a dwarf comes down the stairs. The gate here is closed right now, by the way. This gate. It looks like it's open, but it's closed. A dwarf comes down the stairway and meets you all. Is going to kind of take your names. Is anyone going to be dishonest, or are you all just going to give him your information?
Nah, Sim never cares.
Yep.
Real
Don't
name.
care.
There's probably not a bounty operating this far
This is
north.
kind of far north from.
Yeah.
It's been like a year. It's kind of far north. Hopefully, you're not still wanted. But he would take all your names. He says, "And you say you have stolen property you're returning to us?"
Tell him, Titus.
you could
Due to-
unfurl the hole.
Guys, I just, I guess I unflapped
like-
the hole.
He
and slapped it
curiously
down.
watches you unfold this this hole. Like, what in the
Oh, yeah,
blazes is
pretty
that?
And once it's all laid down on the ground, we can like peer down it and see all the crates.
Says, that's a neat trick
I'll
you got
even
there.
leap in and just grab one of the crates and like hurl it up.
Oh, all right,
Oh shit!
Titus, not here. Calm down.
incoming.
This is not Baldur's Gate 3.
Whoop.
But you said the crates were stamped with a symbol, right?
Yeah.
So
So-
due to vagaries of teleportation and planar travel and stuff, this is some delay. But we encountered giants south and east of here, who
This is,
had apparently appropriated these. So
Yeah, I'll say these supplies went missing a while ago. He looks at him. He says, "Giants attacked a couple of our caravans. These were some of the, I believe, one of the shipments marked as stolen."
indeed, I apologize for delay in returning, but magic does strange things. So
He
you will
says,
find
"No."
them reasonably well preserved. As we recovered them not so long ago.
I've been in your magic hole here, he says, kind of tapping the hole.
Indeed.
Give me a persuasion check with advantage. Aren't you good at these? You're like,
52.
talk to this guy. So he says, "Oh no worries. I'm just glad we got it back. Although I don't know if the merchants are still around, but we could always return it to them later. Why don't you all come in? We'll get you all set up and cozy. I know you've probably been traveling a while if you came from Teruvia up here. It's at least a couple of days through the mountains. That couldn't have been easy."
Well, it was not easy precisely, but it was not slow. As I said, we have magic available to us. But
Jeez,
indeed,
you guys are-
you're-
You guys
What-
mean
what
business.
should have been a 2-day thing actually took half a year. But it's fine. It's fine.
So yeah, you know,
Your hospitality is greatly appreciated, though. Indeed, we would love to enter and.
usually magic works for us. Sometimes it doesn't go well. But he says, yeah, you definitely can enter. I think our
Wonderful.
people will probably want to talk to you. Give me a moment to find that info.
It's like, I gotta find the people.
I know I have them here.
Is that?
Is that what?
Is that an open spa style pool? Pool?
Oh my god.
There is.
The trappings of luxury.
this
for
is
the-
a-
the
this is a
regular
nice
traveler.
place.
Is it an onzy?
Well,
I can't say the word.
Onsen?
Onsen, yes.
So, I guess what sort of accommodations are you guys getting as you walk in? Oh, that's what I was
Whatever we
looking
want.
for.
Whatever they offer. Because this looks
Uh,
a lot cozier than places we've been for a little
They
while.
do. They have actually some pretty cozy trappings here.
Tim is
Like
inclined
dwarves
to not
know how to
ask for
build
much
shit.
because
You know?
he is about to ask for a favor anyway, and
Well, we would
Je-
pay for our lodgings, I assume.
I mean,
Oh, that's true. Travelers come through here. Yeah, that's right.
you could probably make a case that maybe they should give it to you for free for returning the stuff.
No. We want to ask them for other things, so we're happy to pay.
kind
Gotcha.
of curry favor.
All right. So the first person, I was looking right at them for some reason. I did not see them. The first person you meet as you come inside, there are a bunch of dwarven guards here, all kind of give you a polite and respectful nod. But
shocked.
as you are brought in, kind of through, up and around and through this area over here, the first person you encounter is a jolly-looking dwarf, probably in his late 30s to mid 40s. He gets up as you approach. He says, "Ah, guests. Name's Brober Ironside. Good to meet you." He says, "I assume you'll be staying with us for at least a few days?"
Well,
at least a day or so. Yes.
We have some business to conduct, and depending on how long the business will take, certainly. Although we are making some haste, so we will not be able to enjoy your hospitality perhaps for as long as we would like.
Says, "Oh, that's fine. If you're staying for a little while or staying for longer, we can accommodate you. We don't actually get as much business this time of year, so there's only a couple people staying. We do have the more expensive suite if you're looking for luxury, or we got more simple accommodations. What do you think?"
The expensive suite sounds perfect. If you have a room for our entire entourage, that would be great.
There will be some difficulty in accommodating Beryl's companion, I believe.
Says, "Is that a
So long as
wyvern?"
that will- Indeed.
Uh,
So
You guys
so
are
long as
Curious
that-
of it?
I assure you, very well behaved. Does not set fire to anything. Only spews acid.
Ooh.
Or
Well,
poison. Is it acid or poison? I forget.
I don't think.
Poison, but it's
Yeah,
fine.
he has a
You haven't
poison
given me- you
tail.
haven't
He
given me
doesn't
a cheat
spew
yet.
it, but he does have a very poisonous tail.
so it,
Yeah.
so long as that will not raise issues, we would be happy to accept the nicer accommodations. But
Says, "No, it's not often. We actually have had wyverns come through here. Usually they're kept out in the stables, though. You sure this one's well behaved enough to be inside?"
she has spent most of her training so far, in fact, in an enclosed room. We have a fortress similar to this one in a different location.
Ah!
Well, Beryl can stay in stable too, but Beryl needs to pay for. Beryl will need to buy lots of yummy treats for Wyvern while Charlie's here, because Wyvern has had a
Alright.
good time.
Give me a persuasion. Sim or barrel. Actually, both of you can roll because you both been talking. He says, "Well, yeah, if you're getting the luxury suite, I guess we can make an exception. That will be 10 gold pieces each per night. I assume you're okay with that?"
Indeed.
Yeah.
Oh,
Beryl
all right.
Beryl will fish into her bag of holding and procure the amount.
60 gold. All right. So
Yeah.
you at least pay for a day. He takes the coin and gives you your key, and he says, "And you will be able to access the heated pool area."
I
So,
have a very important question.
yeah.
Oh.
Are the drinks allowed in the pool?
As long as you don't spill them, he says. It's not easy to clean out the pool. It's not like we have a
Yahoo!
filtration system. But
Is it heated?
he says, yes, there is magic heating the area.
Nice.
So-
Sorry, go ahead.
He says, keep the windows closed.
You have my thanks.
Yes.
But as to business, obviously my companions and I wish to be settled first. But there are
we were hoping to people with knowledge of various matters Dwarven. In one case, we are seeking to return a unusual but precious family heirloom to a family that resides further in the north. And another, we are looking for historical information about underground settlements in the area.
Oh,
Is there anyone here who might be able to speak to us on such matters?
Specifically, below this one.
this is underground settlements.
Well, they would be ruins, as I
Fortress
understand now, but yes, indeed.
Well, I don't think there's anything below the fort itself.
No, not this fort. It is
My
in a different-
understanding was
a
it was
different
further west
mountain.
of here, but
Yes.
Further west. Like northwest in the Dwarven lands, or are we talking more south towards the Teruvian Empire?
Map. I'm not sure what the.
Yeah, let's pull out
I
our
should do
map.
the research on
and
that,
show-
so I should be able to tell you.
Yeah, let's pull out our map and show what
Alright.
we mean because we've got some.
So-
we've got some clues.
It's
yeah.
like over in here.
is our understanding was the west location?
So he says, "Oh, kind of in the middle area." He says, "That's giant territory. You sure that's what you're looking for?"
Well,
Unfortunately, yes.
yes. My
Ooh.
understanding is that the territory there was not always the giants, so I had hoped that there might be dwarves who might know something or have old records of the region that might be of use to our exploration. As I said, the shipment we recovered from giants, so we are prepared to fight them if we must.
Is Kroger around? He looks to the guard. The guard shrugs. He yells, "Aye, Kroger! You in the area? What do you want, Ironside? We got some people here asking questions about Giantland." He says, one moment. And a little while later, a dwarf kind of comes in from the southwest
Dwarf.
part of the room.
Dwarven intercom.
Yeah.
I
Oi!
mean, those constitution bonuses are good for yelling loud, I guess.
So, an older-looking dwarf, probably in his, well, actually, I don't know what the dwarven conversion would be, but you think he's like almost a little bit over middle-aged, yeah, whatever that would be in dwarven
Grizzled
years.
veteran.
Yeah, kind of grizzled. He has a couple of scars on him. He says, "Someone looking for giants?"
Yeah,
Oh, you updated
we are
these,
looking to
extra
traverse the area. Yes, the giants are not our goal, but rather obstacle.
As
Not
well.
necessarily the giants that we are concerned about as much as the former dwarven settlement that is in the area, because we suspect that dwarven construction would have held up for many, many years, and we are going to have to go into it. So,
Says, "Well, name's Kroger, General Kroger. I'm the owner of this fine inn and halfway point between the empires." He goes to shake all of your hands.
Well met, General.
Says,
I must admit to some envy to your way of living. To
"Oh,
have
oh God."
have a strong place for yourself, such as this, but also a pleasant existence in the day-to-day. It is enviable.
Says, "Yeah, during the war, I was stationed here. Never thought I'd end up buying the old place and fixing her up, but it's done me well. I've really enjoyed living here in the mountains. But what's this about giants? Something going on to the west of here you're looking into?"
There are some ancient structures that we wish to investigate and explore in those mountains, and our understanding, from what research we have been able to do, is that it, even with giants, might be safest for us to approach from the underground route. But we do not obviously have access so far to detailed information about how to pass through the area. So,
Yes.
hoping to know where we might acquire either guidance or maps or just more information about the tunnels in the region.
He says,
yes, and there is a particular entrance that we would like to go in, but we do know that it may be, like a big door there or hidden, not sure. So
he thinks for a moment. He says, "Well, if you're looking for something in those areas, that's some old runes you got that you're looking for.
Indeed.
Damn dangerous area to go into, though. You got frost giants, and what I assume you're looking for. Sorry, I'm just buying time while I look up the name. I believe you're looking for the old Roic Halls, the city of the Therian Empire.
I believe I have heard this name, yes. That is...
Yeah, we did find that name. Yeah.
He says, I've never been to the area, but I've certainly heard story of it. It was one of the larger dwarven cities in the mountains during the time of our forefathers in the 12th cycle. Inhabited by fire giants and he spits and he says the dirty, what are they called, Drogoth? What are the underground dwarves?
He's a racist.
Durgar. He says a dirty Durgar. It's a place of death for any civilized folk. Why would you be looking for that kind of place?
Well, we are looking for an older ruin still, perhaps. Or maybe similar in age, where magic was performed, the Runemaster's towers. And our understanding is that it is not safe to approach that area from above the ground because of a dragon. So...
He says, Runemasters. Is that where their tower ended up? I know they could move it.
Well, that is our best guess as of this time.
Yeah.
Obviously, we cannot know until we go and look, but...
He says, well, it's definitely a dangerous journey you got planned. I do think I know someone who can help you, though, assuming the old guy's still alive. He says if you...
Promising.
Yeah, if you head over to Dzoric... sorry, looking up names again. If you head over to Dzoric, there's a fellow there. Yeah, that's his name.
Sorry, Beryl didn't say that.
Oh, okay. I thought maybe Beryl knew something I didn't. There's a fellow there.
My DM.
That's helping me out. He does the paths a lot. And I believe he said he's gone into giant territory before. Don't know if he knows a route to the Roic Halls, but if anyone knows one, Raldo Boulderbottom would know one.
Boulderbottom?
Yeah.
Do you have any advice on how to approach him, other than to offer to pay him well for his expertise?
He's a good chap. I'd say just be honest with him, and I mean the biggest issue is he works for the Havir family a lot. He's often helping a lot of their people move through the mountains, so he might be already predisposed. You might have to wait a bit for him, but yeah, I mean it's likely he'll take your contract as long as you got the gold to pay for the risk.
Very well. You have my tremendous gratitude for this information, and if I might ask just a little more about the matter of more recent history. My friend Beryl is carrying a heirloom, I suppose, belonging to a family.
What do you?
Dwarven family, further up north, and it is an unfortunate incident. I do not quite understand. There was some sort of. I do not know the whole story, but perhaps Beryl can explain what she is seeking. But we are seeking to return an item to a family up north.
She'll come forward. Out of character, Lou, did Drigda ever give me her family name?
I thought you did.
You don't have to make it up now. You don't have to make it up now, but I didn't record it, so I just want to know if Beryl knows it, and if so, she would name.
Yeah, we'll say she did.
Okay.
Brober would jump in real quick. He would say, just to let you know, Kroger, they brought back some of our missing supplies. He says, oh, really? Yeah, from the Giants, the ones that went missing a couple of seasons ago. He says, oh, okay. Well, I guess I owe you for that. He says, how much are they paying? Oh, they got the luxury rooms. Makes sense. It's on me, he says.
Never think.
Oh.
And the guy's like, oh, all right, and gives you guys back your money.
Okay.
He says, how long? Well, wait, how long are you staying?
At least a day.
All right, first day's on me. The guy's like, yeah, that sounds more like Kroger.
Let me put that 60 back before I forget.
Sorry, little one. What were you? You said you had some kind of family icon of a dwarf or family heirloom.
Does Kroger know name? And she would drop the dwarf family name.
I'll make one up, or you guys can make one up. What's a good dwarven family name?
White Forge.
Quartzeye.
White Forge. I'll go with White Forge. He says, White Forges.
Lou, I might have accidentally just linked her to people from Otto's past. Sorry.
Sure, why not? I mean, dwarves and gnomes are kind of friendly.
That's the first thing that came to mind.
He says,
no, I'm sorry. It wasn't Otto's past. It was Arapel's past. So it's a dwarf. So that actually makes sense. Sorry, go ahead.
all right. So yeah, go ahead, add a White Forge to her thing.
Okay.
But he says the White Forges. I think that's a noble family. Yeah, that does ring a bell.
So, Beryl and tribe investigate corrupted place, desolate ground, long time for 100 years, and tribe discover that Shadow Lord, nasty creature, bad man, make ritual that kill many people. And
Not
Shadow
sure
Lord
what
do
you're
this-
talking about right now, but let me check something. And he walks over to where Barober is and says, "Let me see the what's it called? The ledger there.
Registry.
Yeah, registry."
Yes, look.
He starts looking through the scroll. He's like, White Forge. I could have sworn they were here. Oh yeah, here it is. It's been a while, but their people, at least a group of them passed through here about probably a season ago. So back in, was it spring? Yeah, back in spring.
It's some. Oh, okay.
Yeah, because it's winter, spring, summer, fall. So yeah, so they came through here about a season ago. I don't know if it was...
Regularly?
You know, I don't think they come regularly, but they do pass through every now and then. I think they have some friends in Dorvan.
All right. Well, Beryl will in Dorvan. Oh, that's very far away. Beryl would take the ring off her finger and irreverently and be like,
He says,
"Their princess."
so really quick, he says, I don't see them coming back through here, so they might still be in Dorvan, actually. Not sure what they'd be doing there that long. Or maybe, you know what? There was a bunch of stuff going on in Issyk. I wonder if they went there. It would make sense. There's a lot of trade happening there. So anyway, sorry, little one. I kind of got ahead of myself. But my guess is they're still within your empire somewhere. Unless they took a different route back to the Drogoth Empire.
Beryl kind of sighs because she was building up to a grand little story, and she's like, "Is better in dwarven culture to return heirloom directly to family, even if it takes much longer, or to send heirloom via friends like Kroger?"
He says, well, that's up to you, little one, but if you want me to hold it here to see if they pass through, I'd be happy to do that. My thought would be you'd want to take it yourself, just because you'd probably know better than me who you'd want to give it to, if you just want to give it to any of them or someone someone specifically.
Beryl has carried and made safe for a very, very long time. Is very much wants to see get safe back to family. You see, is not just normal object.
Then, Beryl, perhaps you should ask.
Ask who? That Beryl started to tell stories so that
Ask Drigda. Ask the princess.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Maybe she'll talk back finally.
Okay, yeah.
I mean, she's a noble. She's a noble. If
Honestly,
you're talking about her, she'll probably talk.
There
At
you
this
go.
point, I'm out of the habit of trying, just because she has. But you're right. I guess maybe when we got to the fort, or during all these conversations, yeah, Beryl would say it mentally to the ring, Drigda, is
Do you want to talk? Will you talk?
She would say, funny lizard creature. Are we someplace, something is familiar about this place you walk. Is that why you've summoned me? Do you wish to ask me about it?
Yes, tribe finally reach a dwarven place. Is not Drigda's empire, but a fort of dwarves between empires. And tribe maybe not go further north for many more months. So Beryl wants to know if Beryl should keep carrying Drigda until Beryl can make it north and ensure Drigda get home, or if Beryl should leave Drigda with other dwarves that seem nice, who have seen some members of Drigda's family come through sometimes.
She says, what fort are you at? I don't remember a fort.
Grimdor?
Oh, I thought that fort was abandoned. I know
It's been fixed up and is very cozy now. They have a pool and it's heated, and she'll just start rattling
that sounds divine. If only I had a body. Well, if you feel it will be a long time before you can find my family, I'm happy to be left with someone trustworthy, and hopefully they can return me. But if you think you will find them soon, then yeah, you can take me yourself.
Well, tribe has to go keep looking for Shadow Lord lore to see if tribe can stop evil, and Beryl's not sure how long before Beryl can continue Drigda's quest. So Beryl thinks maybe stay here is good in case Drigda's family comes sooner, although Beryl wished that Beryl could give Drigda back to family.
She says, well, you've done more for me than I was expecting. You've carried me for this long, and you have not expelled my spirit to protect your own. For this I am thankful and grateful. If my family was to give you a reward, I don't know how you'd get it if you were not there to present me. So, if you are okay not being rewarded for your time, then I'd be happy to, be left with someone trustworthy.
Does Drigda name Dwarven family Ironside or Kroger?
Don't know of an Ironside. I know that there was a
or Boulder Bottom. Now that Beryl's heard that name.
Boulder Bottom. No, I do. I think Kroger is that sounds familiar to me. Is that some sort of warrior family?
I don't think so. This one said was general at one time.
Oh yeah, so that
But
would be a
probably
warrior
much
family,
younger
she
than
says.
Those that Drigda remembers, but maybe it could still be same guy. Dwarves live long time, yes.
Says, well, I think I know the Krogers to be an honest bunch, stalwart fighters and defenders of the Empire. So if it's one of them, you can probably trust him.
Okay. I would look back to Kroger, and I would say, I would hold up the ring, and I would say, Drigda says Beryl should trust Kroger and leave ring here while tribe go to dangerous mission. And tribe can maybe return one day to make sure that ring has been returned to Whiteforge family, and if not, maybe Beryl can continue north to return ring herself.
Says, I will take good care of this small one.
Wait.
Yeah.
Kroger doesn't know yet what it is.
I thought you held up the ring.
Well, yeah, but she
So
would kind of
there-
wait. Is more than just ring.
Oh.
There is a magic associated with the ring, and
Ring is protective sanctuary for soul of creature that is killed while wearing, and a Whiteforge dwarf was killed wearing this ring, and when Beryl find ring, soul of dwarf gone, talked to Beryl and is still here. Princess Drigda of Whiteforge is this, and she holds up the ring.
He nods and he says, is there anything magic can't do? Holds a soul. Jeez. Maybe I should have been a wizard.
Drigda was victim, along with many others, when bad shadow lords make nasty ritual. Drigda was attending wedding and cathedral destroyed, many killed. This ring preserved Drigda's soul, but Drigda not find rest yet.
He says, well, I can certainly try to help her find rest. I don't know about any ritual or Dark Lord or whatever that thing you were talking about, but yeah, I can do my best to see she's returned to her people if they come through here.
Yes, please. If return to Whiteforge only, please. But maybe Beryl someday can come back, and if for some reason Kroger not see any Whiteforges before then Beryl will continue mission. But Beryl going deep into other place and not know how long or if Beryl will return.
Yeah, we'll hold on to it for you. I don't mess with anyone who can train wyverns. Kind of side eyes the big lizard creature next to you. And he says,
Beryl looks kind of pleased.
Ironside, you heard the little one. Let me know if the White Forges come through here again. He says, yeah, I'll make a note. I'm assuming you're going to hold on to the ring. He says, yeah, I'll put it with my stuff. It'll be well defended, don't worry.
Would I know whether or not Drigda would prefer to be worn or stored? Like, would she like the company of being worn?
Probably.
So Beryl would say so. It's better to wear a ring. Keep Drigda company.
This ring is a pushy lass, ain't she? All right, I'll keep her company. He
Drigda
says,
doesn't talk very often, but sometimes needs talk.
well, it might be interesting to talk to someone from that long ago. Maybe I know some people she knows. All right, give me it.
Not so long ago for dwarves.
Yeah.
Beryl will hand it over. Look bittersweet, like happy and forlorn.
All right, let me make a note that he took your ring. So yeah, what about the rest of you? What do you all want to do?
Soak in the hot tub.
All right,
Pool
doing
party.
some hot tub
Alright,
pool
I got
partying. You got a day for free.
And they said it was okay for the wyvern to come round the fort with us, right? So we've got a wyvern in the pool too.
Yeah, as long as it doesn't attack anyone.
Oh,
The wyvern has been.
Medium, right?
She's medium sized. She's been fairly well behaved. You don't know if you would want her walking around the fort, though. She is still a little bit.
Barrel, right?
Yeah, I mean, she's still a little bit iffy with people she doesn't know. So just exposing her to too many at once might freak her out a little.
Well, Beryl had said something about like if she needed to stay in the stable, then Beryl would stay with her there. But they said no, it was fine because she's well behaved.
Yeah, they said as long as she's well behaved, she can stay in the fort. Like she knows you all by now because she's obviously been around you a bit. But if she's around like a bunch of dwarves, she might get a little bit worked
I just
up.
even helped with some of her training when she was just a tiny hatchling.
Yeah. So who is this? General
She,
Kroger.
she likes Titus.
actually, before we go, after we start changing our clothes for the thing, and we start bringing the wyvern, I go, hey, why don't we just do beast talk and explain that these dwarves aren't to be skewered or eaten?
Beast talk?
You know, that
wife.
ritual. Speak with animals.
Oh.
It's not technically a beast. It's a dragon.
Yeah.
Oh. So she can't talk with it. Oh. Well,
Yeah.
never mind.
Wyverns are like, yeah, they're not
Dragon.
beasts. They're
I need a
Yeah, how about
different
draconic?
magic to do that one.
yeah. They're actually
But
probably the dumbest dragons there are, but they are
They
still
are.
very mean and
Yes,
apex
kobolds.
predator.
but they don't count as the beast category because
No,
You
they're
just like scream in the
yeah.
background there.
Sorry about that. It was
yeah, I mean like the creature type is dragon, yeah.
Are you playing
you
Baldur's
can't actually
Gate?
talk to them. Well,
no.
never mind.
Sorry.
But I
It was-
always
it was my
thought that
kid.
maybe
Oh, that's fine.
well, yeah, they don't have any languages, but technically she has been getting trained in Draconic, so she doesn't like speak or understand full Draconic, but she has been taught with a lot of Draconic commands.
All right. So I do
Yeah.
want to make sure. Is anyone else wanting to do anything or want to do some RP or speaking here while we're passing time?
Nope. Pool party.
Are there Are there
in the pool.
is there a forge or like some like a merchant?
Is there a
Is
forge?
there a forge? Of course, there's a forge. There is a merchant as well.
I didn't want to assume.
So there is a fort quartermaster who will sell you stuff at book price. There is so yeah, I'll say they give you some info. There is a forge down below, which you would have access to with the rooms you bought. There's also a library, which you would also have access to.
We spent a bunch of money.
Yeah, this whole area here is basically yours. The southeast wing, which you can store stuff in, like the beds are there. You do have to stay out of the other customers' rooms, obviously. But yeah, you would eat like in the food area over here. And there's also even a garden if you want to plant some stuff if you're going to be here a while. And of course, yeah. So yeah, what do you want to do?
Yeah, I would like to go check out what's for sale to see if there are any magical items.
Oh no, they would just have mundane stuff.
Really, dwarves don't have any magic weapons. I'm so
not for sale. You might be able
This
to.
is just a travel through trade post. It's not a.
Yeah, it's sort of like an in between kind of bed and breakfast between the Dwarven Empire, the Drogoth, and the Cherubian Empire. This isn't like a magical weapon crafting area. What were you looking for?
I'm still skeptical. I really yeah, I'm like going up to a merchant and going,
Got some-
"All right, where's the good
Got
stuff?
some magic stuff here. You know,
Where
the
do you
good stuff.
keep the good stuff? Come on."
Actually, give me a persuasion check.
Oh my god.
Well, if there's one
If
thing,
you if you are saying that to him, I assume you're being serious.
I am being serious, but if
Alright.
there's one thing I'm good at,
It's persuasion.
It's persuasion.
So he kind of looks you over. He says, "What sort of weapons you looking for? I got a bunch. Nothing better than dwarven made."
Swords, I guess. Maybe arrows.
So he gets out some very well crafted dwarven steel. Obviously, pretty high quality compared to some of the stuff you've seen. He says, "Yeah, I got arrows, I got swords, all sorts of weaponry."
So while I'm looking at the swords, I'm going to speak to Shadow Strider
Yeah.
and say, "Look, you haven't been very helpful lately, and
He says, "I've helped you
I
in
am-
ways you'll never understand."
no, you really haven't. And I am
I
considering
have.
replacing you. Many good options here."
He says, "But I've grown so fond of our dialogues."
Well, that's the problem. Our
That
dialogues have
sounded
not been
so like insincere.
sarcastic.
You messing with me? No.
So, there are other things that you can do, I was told, and you're not letting me do any of those other things.
He says, "Well,
So-
I was told I could do those things for a certain person that you are not."
Wait, no. No, I am the person.
Uh-huh.
I'm Kata.
He says, "I literally can see your soul."
I'm still Kata.
Give me a persuasion check. Either that or
I am still Kata, right?
was it for Kata? I thought it was for...
No, and so after Anakate died, when she came back, Kata is now in control.
Yeah.
That was the reason for the whole escapade in Tyvanis.
And who told you that the sword could do new things? Was that the child?
Yes.
Okay.
She took it away to work with it, and then when she brought it back, there was nothing new.
So the sword kind of pauses for a moment. Give me an intimidation check.
Oh man, I am almost as good at that as I am at persuasion.
So the sword says, and your plan was to threaten me by replacing me with a less valuable sword?
At least these don't talk back.
I wonder if Night Strider is like, that's hilarious. Like this is
So it just kind of goes quiet for a while. And then it says...
big surprise.
And then it would say, finally... As the so the dwarf is, I assume, just showing you weapons during this.
Yeah.
Give me a wisdom save.
Okay. Oh wait, that was intelligence. Sorry,
Oh.
finger slipped.
So
The first roll was actually higher on the original dice roll.
it would say, well, I suppose fair is fair. You are definitely more entertaining than the other one. I'll give you that. So what sort of things do you want from me?
Well,
You looking for me to strike harder, be more precise? I don't know. What sort of law stuff do you people, you beings of what sort of things do you beings of law want?
beings of law. I'm a being of chaos.
So you are baby chaos at best. You have a body.
Well, then help me.
You have a body that never changes. How is that chaos? It's
Then help me
boring.
with that. Help me with that. Can you make me become invisible?
You don't even lose your form or turn into something neat. How's that chaotic?
Can you help me do that?
You and
Can
all
you help
these
me-
requests.
Can you help me become invisible?
Do you want to spend a story point for something here?
I will. Yes.
Do it.
It says,
Peer pressure.
I could probably do something like that. Is that what you seek, to be able to have light bend around you?
It would be a start.
I just want to say that wasn't peer pressure. That was good advice. One story point? That's cheap.
I said, do you want to spend story? I guess I said ace, but you want to spend
did
story
say-
points?
I only have one.
Oh, you only have one?
You did say
all
a
this
story
story
point.
point.
Or,
Because I
Alright.
spent.
Let me see. What could you get for one story point here? It says, yeah, I might be able to. No, you can't give him story.
Can I contribute a story point to the chaos?
like Farrell's like, no, really.
I got my wyvern.
No, you,
Yeah, like, I'm
no, you
good.
can't give away story points.
I'm
how
not
it
giving
works.
away story points. I'm contributing to the story that I want to change.
So for a story point, I'll say, he says, I can give you limited amounts of invisibility. So he says, just call upon me and I'll be able to grant it a limited amount.
Okay.
So
Pleasure
I'll
doing
say,
business with you.
for now, it's once a day.
Okay.
And as long as you hold on to the concentration, you can keep it going for up to the full hour.
Is it like so? This is just regular invisibility. So when I attack, it will disappear, or it will go away.
Yes, it would go away if you attacked.
All right.
Like a stealth or GTFO option.
Yeah.
He says, perhaps over time I can improve it for you, though. We'll see. See how
I
we'll see
rather
how
like-
chaotic you are.
I rather like the idea of if you decide at any point just to randomly do something else. I think that would be fun.
Oh, are you sure you want that? He says.
I mean, if it doesn't hurt me
Oh, you
too
didn't.
much, too much.
He says, I will.
Specify whether it hurts anyone else.
Yeah, I'll keep that in mind. There's plenty of randomness I can throw into things.
Suddenly, the group embraces RNG.
Yeah. Suddenly, Anakate becomes a wild mage,
I'm a wild magic
Right, wild
monk,
shadow.
wild monk.
wild magic monk fighter rogue. Thank
Yeah.
you very much.
All right. So anyone else doing anything? Oh, are you gonna actually buy anything from the quartermaster? It's been showing you all these swords.
I don't even think I have any gold. No, wait, I have a lot of gold. I
Yeah,
have a lot of gold.
You stole a bunch, didn't you?
Yeah, didn't you get
Yes,
like
I
in
did.
trouble for heisting?
I totally paid all that back. But anyway, yeah, I will buy if there are any enchanted arrows. I'll take those.
He says enchanted.
Oh, you know what? Never mind. They wouldn't be higher enchantment than my bow anyway.
So
Do you have
he
any arrows that do anything special, like
he says
poison damage?
I have arrows that stab people when you shoot them. That's usually what arrows do. Says,
Yes,
oh,
you're
you're
quite the talented artisan, are you not?
He says,
Oh, wow.
Oh,
hey, look,
oh,
look, lady. I don't know what you're sassing me for. You came into my shop here. So you're looking for magic stuff then. He says, it's not something we usually carry. However, I think the general might have a personal collection. He doesn't usually trade with patrons, though. You can always check. Most people who come through here don't look for buying magical armaments.
See? Well, thank you.
He nods. He says, if you want any normal stuff, I'll be happy to sell it to you. But
Yes.
otherwise, I'd say check with the general, see what he's willing to trade. Alright, so anyone else doing anything?
I will actually talk to the group
Okay.
over the comm.
Because you're in the
because
pool.
He's gonna find because it's cool. That's gonna go. Testing 1 2 1 2. Can you hear me? So this is only to Sim and Zalafwe and Beryl.
Barrel's not attuned yet.
Oh, then only to
Carry
Sim
it.
and Zalafwe.
I will
Hey,
be tomorrow, now that I don't have Drigda's ring.
hey, since we're here and we got all these dwarves around, should we pick up stuff that is really horrible against really tall, gianty walking things like caltrops and like ball bearings and stuff like that?
If you would like, I imagine such things would be available in Dezoric as well, but I have no objection.
I just didn't know if we actually wanted to deal with that. Last time I dealt with giants, it was a thing of trying to keep them from squishing us, so we were trying to stay away. But these ones have lots of boulders everywhere, so I don't know how useful it would be.
As much as I like intricate plans, I find most of them fail.
Yeah. So,
We do have some
But,
questions about
look.
what we want to do. Is it a plan to go find this dwarf or just go by ourselves?
I think a dwarf guide would be useful because we're going into a dwarven area, right? So, I mean, like, hey.
Weren't we originally bound for Dezoric anyway? Oh,
Yeah, now,
guess
I
We
forget.
headed to Dezoric to gather information. So
Did
we'll find
you...
a guide.
Yeah, did you find the direct route to the tower? I thought you were looking for a guide.
We found no. So while we know, once we're
You know there's an
there,
underground
I can
route.
get us
Yeah.
in.
Yeah.
I have a special way in, and I can make us invisible, supposedly, to I guess all the defenses. That's once we're in. Once we're there.
So yeah, you'd probably still need the guide to get you to the city. Yeah.
And we
Yeah,
know
we
the,
know where the door is.
the
We don't know how to get to
above
the door.
We know there's
So-
an above ground route that's guarded by that's guarded, and then we know that the below ground route is like through a city that is occupied by dwarves and Durgar.
No, that used to be occupied by dwarves. We don't actually know what's
Or,
presently
I'm sorry, I didn't
occupying
mean
it.
to say dwarves. Sorry, giants and Durgar.
Probably giants now.
I mean,
but-
Durgar are dwarves, but yeah.
Yeah, I think
But
the general, didn't he say
the
that...
door that we were thinking of definitely has giants attached to it, but I didn't know the inside was taken over or not. I don't think we actually determined that yet.
That's the underground route we're going to try and go, right? Is the one that's
Yeah.
fire giants and Durgar
Yeah.
instead
Yeah.
of facing the aerial threat.
Yeah.
If that was the intent, yeah.
So, and I think this guy just said that there are giants in the city now. The
Yep.
general, he mentioned that.
He didn't say what kind, but I think we already had some intel regarding what kind. So yeah.
Yeah. So yeah,
How much time do we need? We're just going to just make sure we can shift, head over there. That's the plan.
Did Anna Kate find anything interesting when Anna Kate rejoins the party after having been absent? She assumes that you were like shopping or exploring.
Sadly, no. Nothing much interesting here.
Ah, too bad. Beryl was preparing things from tribe inventory that maybe tribe could trade.
Not really anything worth stealing, even.
It's very
Uh,
comfortable
Please do
here.
not steal from those who have extended us hospitality, Anna Kate. That is.
I didn't steal
Fair.
anything yet.
Yeah. What?
Uh-huh.
this is Tyvanus all over again.
Except I
Smaller
can
than
turn
Taiwan.
invisible now, so
You believe you
Hey,
haven't really like
what?
practiced that much yet.
that's true. I haven't tested it. That'd be a good joke.
Yeah, thanks, Frank.
Prank. You're invisible, am I? Everyone's just staring at you.
Are there mirrors around?
You can't see me.
Alright. So do you want to just pass the day here, or is there anything else you want to do?
Vlad, did you want to grab some extra supplies?
Yes, I will. I will
think-
go and see what the food supplies are and such as that. Apparently, the idea for the caltrops and the ball bearings seem to be like, eh. Because
Yeah, we're not-
honestly, we probably have spells that are bigger than that. So,
Yeah.
eh.
Oh, and
Right,
let me take
I will
these
go-
crates out of our inventory. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, I
if
will go
you're
and,
if you're checking the quartermaster, he can pretty much sell you normal book items if you're looking for caltrops or anything.
What else do we think would be? Oh, guys, do we have climbing kits? I think we might have some, but let me look. I think we got some.
I
in
thought we
capital.
bought some.
I have a
But-
magical rope of
Oh, yeah, we've
climbing
got
and a pair
8.
of immovable rods. I feel like we're
Oh,
okay.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, we're probably okay.
Well,
We have the
that
broom,
might not
right?
help a group of 6 people climbing a rock face. You know, but no, it's in our inventory.
know-
We have 8 climbers kits.
We
We
have a
stocked up in the
broom.
capital.
I think we're good.
we can
Yeah.
test fly. I can
Maybe we
portend
should just buy like an
tendons.
airship and just be done with it. Just
Okay.
Buy an airship.
Where-
I
where
don't
does
think
one- where
there.
does one buy this?
There's no airship technology in Gaian, as far as you know. At least not in these empires.
We invent it.
Oh, do you guys not have airships
I
here?
hope so.
I
That's
wish
right,
I
you've
knew
been to
how
a
to
bunch of
make an
places.
airship. We could
Uh,
make a bank if I knew how to do
What did,
that. I should, oh,
What did you say, Zalafe?
I mean, climbing kits can't hurt.
Yeah, we've got them, so we're good.
Yeah.
You got. Do you have a magic broom in this group?
I
No.
thought
Yeah.
so.
No.
We do have a broom
Yeah.
of flying.
A
We do have a broom.
broom?
Yeah.
We have a broom
Yeah.
of flying. I don't know
Who
who's
has
carrying
the
it.
broom?
yeah.
I know that you have someone with
It's not a
boots.
Yeah.
I know
it's,
we have boots,
I
but
got
who's carrying the broom?
We definitely bought that. I think it's just in the party because it's not a attunement. I'm
It's
not
not
sure
attunement, so yeah, I don't know who's carrying it.
Yeah, I mean it's not
It
in the
was not me
party,
last
which
time.
generally means that someone else put it in their inventory. But like, yeah.
Uh-oh.
I mean, the main
Someone.
thing is you need a hand free, so it's got to be if we're using it in combat, it's someone who doesn't need a hand.
Yeah, I don't remember. I guess I'm like I don't
I
know. I'm getting
do
my
need a
groups mixed
hand.
up. Never mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sim uses a shield, so he can't really use
I know.
the broom.
I know what I'm looking for. Okay, so I'm gonna get food supplies. That's fine. I'm just gonna stock us up on a bunch of like odds and ends that I need to make meals and such. And
Yeah.
then I'm going to go. I'm gonna go. Excuse me. You have many things that pass back and forth through here. Do you sell books? Just nothing specific. No magical tomes or training manuals or what have you, but books of entertainment and knowledge.
Says, yeah. I mean, we have the library. You mean you're looking to buy something for yourself?
Yes.
Says,
Yeah,
yeah.
something a little bit more up to date, one could say.
We,
some of the latest releases.
Because I have a couple of books here. Now, are there prices on books in the thing?
Like 25 gold. They're expensive.
25
Yeah.
gold. Yeah.
£5. Yeah.
All right, so yeah, I mean, he has a bunch of different books. If you're just looking for entertainment, but they are kind of expensive. Like, depends on how many you want to buy. So,
I am
like she
going
said,
to
there'd be
buy-
about 25 each.
That's fine. I'm going to buy a variety of books. They're 25 each.
Yeah, they're not printing press books. They're just like big hunks of paper,
Yeah,
Individually illuminated.
4 books.
like
Let's buy 4
Gandalf in the
books.
library.
I'm going to buy 4 books. One of them is going to be the raciest romance novel I can find.
Oh, all right. Dwarf romance
These are
novels.
Chiron, aren't they?
Dwarf,
Yeah.
yes, the raciest dwarf romance novel I can find.
She was a
Yes.
hardy woman. She was stock
He
of the
stroked her.
mountains.
Hardly any beer.
The most
He
luxurious.
stroked her beard.
All right, so you get the 4
And then
dwarf
I'm going
books.
to buy a. Actually, I don't need to tell you all the. I mean, I can tell you all of them. Then I'm going to buy a vacation tome on like a travel guide across the lands kind of thing.
So maybe some kind of like maps and survival. Yeah.
Well, no, I mean like this is you go here to see this amazing fall. Mind the death worms, you know, that kind of thing.
Hey, you're getting Chiron books of places you can never go to.
Yeah, it's kind of mean. But I'm also getting him racy romance novels, which is also a thing he can't do, so it's fine.
So
I mean,
and
you
then
don't
I'll
know
get a book of poetry.
he does kind of look like a Cenobite, so who knows?
Yeah, that's true.
Book of
mean,
poetry, okay.
And then the last book is going to be a book on interior design.
All right. So you get these 4 books from the quartermaster. He'll sell them to you for the 100 gold. Kind of heavy. They're like £5 each.
I'll put them in the bag of holding.
All right.
Good.
All right. Anything else?
That's it.
All right.
Time Titus has just been talking to the dwarven guards in Dwarvish because he finally can talk to somebody in a language you know,
Hey.
making jokes about elves.
Are you wearing your flaming helmet while you do this?
Yes.
So the dwarves are probably a little freaked out by you. Just
Oh, well.
like
The
can
dog keeps talking to us.
you take that off while we talk? It's creeping me out a little. Is that helmet really on fire? Doesn't look comfortable.
Helmet is a flame.
No, it's
Eyes.
a cosmetic item.
Eyes glow red. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Oh.
it's not actually.
Completely impenetrable black shadow inside the helmet.
Yeah, I keep thinking it's flaming, but yeah, I guess it's just which is not much better if you're just staring at these red shadowy eyes.
I
Um,
would
So
take
does-
it off if someone asked me to.
all right.
Does Anna Kate tell anyone else about the quartermaster's intel that Kroger keeps a private stash of magic weapons?
Oh, I don't know. Did you tell anyone about that?
If I think that I might tell Titus because he has shown an inclination to want to steal stuff.
Oh God, I didn't mean to be stolen.
If that's the game
Man.
plan, I'm
It's
very
time for a heist.
interested in any ideas you might have.
You've always made us have to kill a baby god, and I mean like a baby who happens to be a god. Come on now.
I'm assisting in this one. I'm not the mastermind. All right.
I mean, it seems like this place is pretty well fortified, so you would probably need to do a heist downtime to try
I
to.
would say if Titus and I are doing a heist, there is no mastermind.
It's
I
kinda-
think we are.
There's even a mind there.
It's actually more just to entertain the
What do you
sword.
think? Just a
What are
smash
them?
and grab?
Just
What are
rush
the numbers
downstairs.
in this- What are the numbers in this fort, like of dwarves? Like, do we think?
So Yeah, I mean, you've probably seen. There's a bunch of guards on the inside. You're probably looking at close
that map
to.
only shows like the top of it, right?
It's not like we can wander the halls and not see someone for a while. There's like people
Yeah,
everywhere.
so this kind of shows the top of the gates as well as the rooms, and there's a downstairs area. You probably seen close to 30 or so guards. So not too many.
Numbers, Annie Kate.
I mean, depends on how skilled they are.
That's a good point.
There
We
could
just take
be,
the whole fort by force.
The
yeah.
thing is,
Oh, yeah.
we can.
You
we
two
can-
against 30 guards because we're not joining. Okay, we might.
well, they're definitely going to join us. We just don't explain it. See, we get trapped. They attacked us. All right.
Exactly.
We're just
completely
defending
believable.
ourselves. They'll
Oh,
help
boy.
us. The tribe will definitely help.
That would
us.
come down to
And
an
then we get all
insight
the
roll.
weapons.
Okay, so based on the conversation with Titus, I'll just sigh and go. So the general has some magic weapons. Maybe we should talk to him to see if he would part with any.
That
Oh.
was you sighing and telling the rest of us.
Yes, it was me sighing like, all right, we're not going to be able to steal anything.
Just realize this heist might be a
Yeah.
bust.
If the best we could come up with is taking on.
Let's
all
just
the
murder
terrorists
everyone.
single-handed.
Let's plan A through Z.
Entire
Just
fort.
attack the fort.
Exactly.
This is why you're
Okay.
wanted in so many states, Advocate.
Oh,
Disappointment.
if General has magic items, tribe has done General a favor, and tribe has shown. Besides bringing back crates, tribe has like brought back Drigda and made clear that tribe is honorable. She kind of glances over at
Yeah. Beryl,
Um,
Beryl, this is not how I see it. As I see it, we did him a considerable favor, and he has extended us a free stay in his luxurious hotel, and and honestly has undertaken a task for us, which is not perhaps difficult, but is not trivial either.
Right, but Beryl is saying that if since tribe has learned that there may be magic items that are not being used, then it doesn't hurt for tribe to ask whether trades or purchases might be something tribe can negotiate.
Yeah, we could just ask, are
Like,
there
why
any
would
things
that
that
be a
you would like
problem?
to sell
No.
for liquid
I
cash?
am not saying that it would be a problem. I am saying we should
I-
not expect it to be particularly favorable trading for us. Although if
I-
it's
no,
something we
I-
need, then
Beryl
completely
is
get-
not trying to do anything that is not fair trade or fair purchase.
I completely get what Sim is saying. We should steal it.
No.
No, neither
I
Sim
like
nor
that.
Beryl is saying this.
no. If you want
We
to ask
should
him,
just
go ahead.
ask, is there
Clearly.
anything we
Yeah,
can
no,
purchase if you have anything
nobody-
available?
Sim and Beryl are not saying let's steal, and Beryl is not saying let's get it for cheap. Beryl is saying let's ask if there's something they're willing to trade or sell.
Very well. If you wish.
If we figure out where it is, I have the
What-
ethereal.
No,
armor
no.
Nice.
Oh my lord.
Oh,
Beryl starts pulling valuable magic items out of the inventory that we're not using and saying, like, see? Beryl's not saying steal. Beryl's saying
exchange is
things-
good.
things tribe
All right,
not
let's
using
just-
for things tribe
let's-
maybe need.
All right.
Well, do you want to?
If we have to run here before I get to eat dinner and then go back into the pool, I'm going to be very sad.
He just wants to cook a
Also-
meal.
Would I expect that common magic items would be as difficult to find as uncommon? Like would places that have general gear have common magic items ever? Or can I just assume that those are?
It's not something that's often sold, but it's easier to find common magical items than uncommon stuff. Not usually something for sale though.
Yeah.
They're not that common. Alright, well, do you want to try to talk to the general?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go to the general and save some time.
Alright.
Yeah.
So, no. Oh,
We've had enough.
oh, yeah.
Somebody got it. Thank
We're,
you.
God.
we're looking
Jesus.
a bit
I've been sitting on his name being Kroger for the entire session, by the way.
Right? Right?
I managed to avoid suggesting Food Lion as his last name.
All right, all right.
I suggested that in another group, and nobody else got my pun, so I just didn't even bother with it in this group. My husband worked for Kroger for 12 years in their executive office.
Man.
All right, so you head downstairs, going to where the forge area is. There's actually quite a bit of area down here under the keep. Also, some more guards down here. You would see a couple of different doors, but they're all kind of off limits. You just kind of looking around for Kroger in general.
Or we might ask people.
Oh, all right. So yeah, one of the
Where can we find Kroger?
one of the guards says, "Well, he's probably in his office here. Let me go see if I can get him for you.
Should we follow or wait here?
Wait here."
Okay.
So he goes through one of the doors. You hear it kind of lock behind him.
So is Kroger's office on the lower level?
Yeah, it looks like it. And a little while later, the general would come out and he says, my friends, I heard you were looking for me.
Yes.
How are you enjoying the accommodations?
Well, the accommodations are excellent. The pool is very good.
That's what I like to hear.
But we have heard a rumor that you might be looking to trade some magic items.
Says looking to trade. Not usually. I mean, most of my stuff is heirlooms from the war. I don't generally look to trade that stuff. Why? Is there something in particular you were looking for?
Well, no, we happen to have magic items of our own that just don't work well for us. But we were wondering if you had something that doesn't work well for you, and then we could see who wants what, and the general thing.
Give me a persuasion.
Those of us who have magic items, we tend to trade amongst ourselves. Yes.
Yeah, and tribe going against great danger for good of many, and maybe tribe doesn't know. Maybe is nothing. Maybe not. No important trades here, but tribe wondered if there would be things that might be very pivotal for tribe if happened to be available here. Just
so
to compare.
Are you just pulling all that stuff out of the portable hole right here?
Not yet.
Oh, you just have a list for him? Yeah, give me a persuasion check. He seems a little hesitant. Probably Vlad, you've been talking to him.
Yeah. 24.
So he's looking over your list. Did you mark the Moontouch short sword as cursed?
Hello.
Hello?
Hey,
I lost my internet for a second there. Those things were not in character. That was me putting that out there so that there was a list for people to
we just assumed it was we assumed it was a list. So yes, we will list that, and we will list it as cursed. Because he might be a collector of cursed items. So.
Oh, and by the way, the Moontouch short sword, there's specific notes that it is well wrapped and tied in a blanket, so no one can accidentally touch it. Yeah.
So you do have some nice stuff here. Nothing.
But yeah, I specifically wasn't meaning to bring that out that quickly. I was just putting that there as a out of character reference. Sorry,
it's fine. We're speeding it along by handing him a list, so it'll be fine.
Yeah. All right. There you go.
He says, "Well, you got, like I said, some interesting stuff here. Let me check the rarity on something.
The ring of fire resistance, guys. We've had it for ages and never used it, but we're about to go against fire giants, so I think someone needs to wear that.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Couldn't hurt.
I'm gonna change out some of our equipment for that bad boy.
Right? Someone, especially frontliners.
So he says, do you need a magic shield by any chance?
Oh.
He says, I do have an enchanted shield. Might be willing to trade it for that plate mail of cold resist.
I think it's just Sim and Beryl that use shields, right?
I usually use the shield also. So.
Oh. Oh,
But
really?
I believe Vlad already has a +1, and Beryl and
I have
Tim
a
are sharing
+1.
Sentinel shields.
Yeah, let me check what
So
cold
it would have to be
resist
better
is.
than a +1. So
What rarity is armor of cold resist?
I think it's blue. I think it's rare.
Yeah, probably.
I can look it
If
up.
it's an animated shield, I'll take it.
Plus, note that it's plate mail, which is the most expensive kind of armor. So
Yeah.
Armor of cold resist is rare.
Okay.
And it does require, well, I guess this is an NPC. He doesn't care what requires it to.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, he actually, well, he doesn't tell you what he needs this for, but he will say, yeah, this is actually really nice armor. I don't recognize the design. Could you, where was it forged? This almost looks dwarven, but I can't.
It was forged very far to the west. You see, tribe made friend with a general who ended up being, he is feared by some, but he was very good friend to tribe and helped tribe against big evil.
Says, I thought I recognized this. This is Nazik. Yeah.
Is that the hobgoblin?
Nazik is the name of the Desert Empire.
Yeah,
He says, I recognize the craftsmanship, actually. It's not one I see much. Yeah, I'll definitely trade this. He says, I have a magical shield that is fairly powerful. It saved my ass a bunch.
Beryl was trying to avoid saying hobgoblin just because she knows that there's prejudices, but yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't know if any, like, so Vlad, was it Vlad who said you have a shield?
Well,
Yes, I have a shield also. So if it is more powerful than my shield, then yes, that would be very worthwhile.
He takes a look at your shield. He says, oh yeah, mine is definitely more powerful than this. You have a +1 shield, right?
Correct.
So he is going to... Actually, you would probably notice this. Passive perception, 16 or over. He touches your shield. If you have a 16 or over, you would notice he sleight of hands like touches a ring he's wearing. And that might have done something, as he says, yes, my shield is more powerful than this one.
Oh.
It's probably just during a spell storing with an identify in it, but...
Yeah, very easily could be. But he would go and bring out a very cool-looking dwarven-made shield. And he says, this is actually been in my family a while. Don't really have much use for it anymore. It still has my family crest on it. Hopefully that's not a problem.
No, it wouldn't be a problem for you if I have your crest on here, would it? We are going to be adventuring, and I don't want your name to be sullied by the fact that I am not a dwarf.
Says you guys aren't criminals, are you?
No, I am not a criminal.
Everyone just looks at Anarchy.
Anarchy does not answer.
I am not a criminal.
What does the shield do?
He would say, so he explains the shield, and mechanically it's a +2.
Ah, okay.
He says, the enchantment on it's quite powerful. It was a gift from to my family from one of the first emperors since the emergence for our services to the royal family. So it's actually very valuable, but I am very curious about this Nazik armor and its properties. So I think it's a equal trade.
I think we would have told him, like, at least what we know of it, the cold resistance part, right?
Yeah, although he didn't actually ask. He did. You think like he did that ring thing probably and just knew.
Oh, gotcha, yeah.
Well, I would be very interested in the shield. What do you since we initiated this, does this seem like a fair conversion to you guys?
I think
You should
Orkard
do it,
would
yes.
prefer armor being used than sitting in bag.
That is very true.
He nods. He says none of this other stuff is of much interest, but like I said, this Nazik armor definitely caught my my attention.
Oh, well, That sounds like a fair
No.
trade.
Did Orkar die in this game?
Yep.
Yeah. We
What happened to
found
his
him-
sword?
We don't know. This
Oh, okay.
group
Yeah.
never learned the properties of that sword, and
That's
we did
right.
not
And
find
it wasn't with
him.
the rest of his
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah,
we found
okay.
his armor, but we never found his sword. Yeah.
That's what I thought. Okay, I'm just curious. Okay, so yeah, if that's it, then yeah, I'll
Just
get the
like All
shield.
the cool stuff, just like all the cool stuff we equipped Shock with, was missing once we found it.
All right. All right. Well,
Could have saved his life.
that
you
was-
never know.
Yep.
we
Yeah.
will try. I will try to use the shield with the best of my abilities to be a brave and fierce person. So,
All right.
Here's your old shield. I'll take it.
sure, you can have my old shield.
Yeah. Plus once.
All right. So he takes the armor. Go ahead and minus that, and you guys get a shield +2.
All right, and I'm assuming the +1 is in someone's inventory, and the +2 is in your
Yeah.
inventory.
The
And I don't
shield
have to-
+1 is now in Zalafway's hands, and I have the shield +2.
Perfect. All right, so I just took the armor of cold resistance out of our inventory.
Yep.
And this is all the magic items available that maybe could trade.
So he says, well, unless you have any other magical items you're not showing me, but the rest of the stuff on this list isn't of much use to me. Not to say, like, it's not powerful, but...
No, we
So-
understand. We understand.
Yeah, no, understood. But so saying that maybe there would be other things to trade if Tribe had stuff that interests Kroger.
Says, yeah, I mean, I do have a couple of other items that might be of interest to you, especially if you're adventuring and journeying a lot.
What kind of items would be more interesting to Kroger than this list?
Give me a persuasion. He seems a little hesitant to tell you about all of his stuff.
Well, she's asking what
not-
he.
You never know when
Not
some
what he-
random people are going to try to heist his
I asked-
fort.
So-
He's got all these
Well-
magical items in his
Lou,
basement.
Wait, can I just
Lou.
Yeah.
clarify? Beryl just asked him what other things he was looking for. She didn't ask him what other things.
Oh,
he was
okay.
last-
I thought-
last statement.
Got it.
But I can roll. Yeah.
Go ahead, Sim. What were you going to ask me?
Yeah, no, that's all. I was just saying that.
Oh.
wanting to-
Gotcha.
Anything's not bad.
So does anyone have any neat looking
23.
23, look at
Does
that.
anyone have any neat looking stuff?
Yeah, do you have any, I guess you have your neat looking shadow sword, right? He'd probably be kind of interested in Shadow Strider, actually.
Um,
I'm
Not
in the
on
plate
the
armor of
table.
etherealness.
I will
no.
ask. I will ask what he would trade for Shadow Strider if he has another sword that would be interesting.
You mind if I touch the sword and examine it?
Oh no! Oh no!
I'm gonna whisper Shadow Strider and say, "Do you mind if he touches you and examines you?"
Says, I don't care, it's his funeral. You know what happens when things try to interact with me.
Uh-oh.
And a Kate.
All right, I might.
That was in your
I would
head, by the
stop
way. It
there.
didn't say that out loud.
Sure.
Yeah,
I will
no,
say.
yeah, no. I just meant like when I see you like considering it, Beryl would be like, Anna Kate.
What? He wants to check it out.
Are you going to
All
let
right,
him
fine.
examine it?
I will say, look, it is possible that it would be dangerous for you to touch this sword
Oh,
while I'm attuned to it.
all right. Well, I'll keep my
So-
distance then. Yeah, I don't think the group has anything else that would obviously interest him. I know you said Plate of Etherealness, but that actually wouldn't interest him that much.
All right. Well, it was nice talking to you. I'm glad that we were able to at least find some kind of something that would be interesting to you, because it's so rare that we run across people who have caches of stuff similar to this.
Well, I wouldn't say I have caches of stuff. I have a couple of things. But yeah, no, it was good. It was good trading you. I'm curious to look into this armor a bit more.
All right. So I am going to go back to the pool personally. So I will see all of you later.
Pool party. All right. What's the message you sent me? Beryl?
Oh, that was a while ago.
Oh, okay.
What was it? I don't even remember now.
Cured's handy spice pouch.
Oh, yeah, no, that's the or that's the common magic item I was looking for.
Oh, I see.
Love it. But now you've given it away. It was going to be a gift.
It was going to be a gift. They probably wouldn't just have that
Yeah,
randomly
that's
here.
fine.
But yeah, any.
Actually, oddly enough, I already own that.
Oh,
You do? Oh, okay.
there you go.
Yes, but a second one was not necessarily a horrible thing.
Just
I'll make
have
our
twice as
extra
much
tasty.
spices. All right.
Spicy.
So, anything else that you all are doing?
Nope.
It's quite
I
an
think we're just having a downtime.
quite an eventful day. Well, having a pool party because I don't think
Yeah.
are any of you working on projects here. Actually, could
Well, I guess I
like,
could teach
that day we
Titus
learned there
Elvish
was
in
a
the pool.
library.
you just taking a day off?
Yeah.
No library books in the pool. They're definitely not
No,
fans of
no,
that.
It was not even. That was not. Just because you guys were talking about the pool when I said, "Oh, well, we learned there was a library. Maybe people want to do research." Does that mean I was insinuating that the two activities would be combined?
I don't know. Wouldn't be the weirdest thing you guys have done.
It would be pretty uncouth, though, in a nice, civilized place like this.
So, you have a very relaxed day if you're not doing downtime stuff. You would be brought extremely tasty food later on by the dwarves. You would soak in the pool. And in general, like, you would probably notice this area is very comfortable. The beds, the chairs, everything here is, and actually, Arcana might tell you something.
Oh,
Okay.
not me. I'm enjoying myself.
Yeah, you're too busy with your mojitos and sitting near the pool.
Let's give it a
I
shot.
could go from.
Wow.
Nobody can roll shit today.
Do I need to do this?
No, probably not. I don't know if Zalafe would have guidance. It's more something you'd notice. But I'll say with a 13, you and Sim both think this area might be magically enchanted somehow.
Just to be extra
Relaxing.
cozy.
You're not sure what the enchantment is, but it seems like something seems something seems a little bit different or off maybe. I don't know how much you want to look into it or care, but you would notice that.
Eh.
All right.
Would you mention it to us?
Nope.
I mean, if I'm doing nothing, I'll look into it.
So how would you look into it?
With my eyes?
Identify or detect magic could be ways.
I can identify with. I can do both with rituals.
All right, so if you use detect magic, you would definitely see magical auras in several spots. The pool has a couple, the beds have a couple. They look like they're a combination of alteration and maybe enchantment. The enchantment one might make you a little bit nervous. But yeah, that's what you would notice with your detect magic.
Can I identify it?
Yeah, sure. So if you try to use identify, it seems like something's blocking you, which is again kind of curious. It's not something you bump into much.
Yeah, protection against divination is tricky.
Yeah.
That doesn't usually.
Oh, that makes total sense. Because they're like high-end rollers are in here. Yeah.
Yeah, so for some reason your identify is not working.
And the magic's over like the whole area, or is it just downstairs or something?
So in this area, the area you rented, the magic is strongest on the pool and the beds, but it's kind of over the whole area.
Okay.
You definitely don't want you definitely want anti-divination in the pool. That's all I'm saying.
Oh my god.
Private pool parties. All right. So, anything else you want to do? Or I'll just pass time otherwise.
Yeah, we'll pass time. It's getting kind of late anyway, so.
Yeah, so at the end of the day, if you take a long rest here, you would all benefit from a hero's feast as the spell.
Dang, that's
That's
pretty
one of those-
serious.
one of those
Oh, wow.
magic things, yeah.
So you,
I don't even remember.
I don't know how useful it's going to be if you're, well, I guess if you're teleporting, you would have it for
Yeah.
tomorrow. But yeah, you feel really well rested, very strong, and ready to go. Yeah, we are close to the end of time. I assume you're heading to Dazoric tomorrow or today? All right, so let me just pass the time where you're resting. So it is going to be the 25th of summer at 9 a.m. Yeah, let's do MVP votes. And I guess we can end here as you head to Dazoric and tomorrow looking for adventure. Looking for your guide into the Dwarven lands or the giant lands. Or you could take a week here and try to heist poor Kroger.
Oh god, no.
I'm all for that.
Just
I think there's
plan-
only 2 members
Just
of the
planning a
party
heist
that
while
know.
you're staying at his inn.
Just throwing it out there. Let's split the party.
Split the
Uh-huh.
party.
I'm in for that because he's got way more than he's saying. Anyone who's got a horde of magic items is only saying, "I've only got a few." Come on,
Right, of course.
he's
Makes
stacked
sense.
down there.
All right, so Sim with 3 votes, you were the MVP.
What?
We don't actually know that he's stacked. He never actually revealed what else he has beside the shield.
True.
Oh, you know what? Anna Kate, when we get back to this, I could totally find out without being seen.
Oh my god.
Really?
God.
We've just demonstrated. Well, I guess you don't know that there's powerful magic that's like all over the place in this
Yeah,
inside
you
here.
specifically
didn't-
said you weren't going to tell us.
I asked because I thought it might come up, and you weren't telling me.
Secrets.
All right, so everyone remember, we're under the effects of a hero's feast for the first 24 hours.
Yeah, you could probably put it in chat or like link Heroes Feast or something to remind
Whoever's
you.
doing the log.
I will say before we take the long rest, I am going to try out the invisibility to see if it actually makes me invisible. So if there are
It
mirrors
would.
around, or,
It would. So yeah, you would get a 1 use of casting invisibility per day. It does require concentration to hold the spell.
I got nothing else to concentrate on.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
All right.
By the way, I really like the fort. Wherever you found this map is good.
Yeah, this place is wicked cool.
Oh, I'm glad you like it.
Look at this cool training ground over here.
This makes me think we need to figure out some way to get a pool in the void. That's what
We gotta build a
Yes,
pool.
We don't need all those. We have a whole other prison. We don't need the like prison cells where we were holding Rayless. Let's make it a pool.
I was saying you could do like the storage area, make a pool there
Yeah,
since you have the yeah.
I hate to go, guys, but
We don't have a proper
I have to
training
go.
ground.
So,
Good night.
Yeah.
Yeah, have a good night.
All right.
night.
Good night, guys.
Good night, everybody.
Good night. Good night.
Night.
Just taking some notes.
I always thought I'd have drinks until we actually go north of the mountains, but like part of me is like this makes sense, but also part of me is like, ah.
It's time for us to part ways.